It's football time in East Central Ohio. From AVC Sports and WWKC, Caldwell Cambridge's KC 105. Now it's time to head for the field for tonight's game on WWKC.
Kickin' Country, KC 105.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fairgrounds here in Noble County for tonight's high school football contest between your homestanding Caldwell Redskins and the visitors from Shadyside. And this is Mike Podlasiak, and you'll have to bear with me tonight because I found out about 15 minutes ago that I was going to be the play-by-play guy.
And should.
But thank goodness I've got my right-hand man right here beside me, John Secrest, so we will do the best we can tonight to bring you the action here from the fairgrounds. And John, it's hard to believe, but we are already to week 8.
It is. It goes by so quick once that first game rolls around, and then you blink a couple of times, and you're trying to get all the information about who's going to get in the playoffs.
Well,
and there we are.
Yeah, we've got some things here, and I tell you what, this really for both of these teams tonight, if they really want to get into the playoffs, it's a crucial contest because Caldwell comes in tonight with a 3-4 record and coming off, man, it was a struggle last week. They had to go face who I have heard and truly believe is probably the best team in Eastern Ohio this year, and that's the Barnesville Shamrocks. Survived it without really getting injuries, and that was kind of, I think, one of the key focuses. Came away getting beat 4-4.
They were in survival mode.
Yes, that's exactly
in
right.
that game, and came out of it pretty well unscathed because, as you know as well as I do, that this is a time of the season where you start getting nicked up a little.
You do. You start out, everybody's healthy, feeling good, and I tell you what, the hits start to pile up as the season goes on. And so tonight I got a chance to talk to Jason Rucker early, and I know you have coffee with him a lot in the mornings. And Jason told me that this is probably as healthy as the Redskins have been since week 1. So that's the good news there. And they come in tonight, again, with a 3-4 record. And right now, they moved up this year, division.
Yeah,
they
division,
are in Division 6. Region 23. And they come in tonight at the number 13 spot.
And like you said, sharing commiserations in the morning with Jason and some of the other coaches, who gather down at the coffee shop. They're hoping to win out and end up 6-4, which will guarantee them a spot in the playoff and maybe an outside chance of hosting one.
Yeah, a lot of things would have to happen. That's not out of the realm of possibility yet. Shadyside, on the other hand, they are just a Division 7 school, and they come in here actually number 13 in their region, and that was a region that Caldwell was in last year.
Right.
And, boy, there's a big difference.
Yes.
We have, or not, I shouldn't say we because we were on the radio, but Caldwell has come in has 6.0429 points in 13th place Division 6. Shadyside, in the same spot in Division 7, only has 2.85 points. Huge difference in Division 6 and 7.
Exactly, because I know the Caldwell coaches were lamenting the fact that if they were back down in Division 7, they would be pretty much a lock into the regional.
Exactly, So it's a huge difference, but you've got to play where they put you, and it's all determined by the OHSAA. So. But you mentioned the remaining schedule. Of course, this you would think would be a contest that the Redskins, barring the unforeseen, would have a really good chance of being successful tonight. Then Toronto, which is really a pretty good football team, comes in here next week. They have a record of 5-2, and right now they are in Division 6 also. They are the number 6 spot in Region 21.
So I think what you're trying to say is that next week could be a very pivotal place for the Redskins.
This is a must-win tonight.
Yeah, but that one will be bigger.
Probably next week, And of course, the Redskins will close out their season week 10 against the cross-county rivals, the Shenandoah Zips, in the Noble County Super Bowl. And that is at Shenandoah this year. So you never know what that game holds. So one game at a time. for the Redskins, and they are focused on being successful tonight against the Shadyside Tigers, who come here for the first time. It's been quite a while.
It has.
In fact, yes. I remember years ago when I was the athletic director here that we used to open with Shadyside, but that game was normally played over at Muskingum College because that was before we were allowed to play a fair game. That was always the week of the fair, and Muskingum College was always good enough to us to let us, open up over there. So
I'm glad you did all this homework, man.
Well, you know
wow,
what?
I'm impressed.
Well, my wife's glad too because it got me out of her. In fact, I can hear her warming up with the bagpipes behind us as we speak. So with that, we're going to send it back to the station. We'll pay some bills with them, and we'll be back for
some more stuff.
Exactly. Thank you.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports season is heating up, and so is the real estate market. When you're thinking about making a move with your property, think Ben Schaefer Realty first. Specializing in conventional sales, property management, and auction-themed sales, Ben Schaefer Realty's aggressive marketing approach is redefining the way real estate is sold. With a proven track record and unmatched expertise, they're dedicated to helping clients prosper. Call Ben Schaefer Realty today and experience the difference with real estate professionals who deliver results. Looking for an auction company with a legacy of excellence? For 59 years, the name Schaefer has been synonymous with sold in southeastern Ohio. At Ed and Ben Schaefer Auctioneers, we continue to lead the way, handling both live and online auctions across multiple asset classes. Whether it's real estate or personal property, our reach is global and our commitment to you is local. Contact a team member today and experience the heritage of success with Ed and Ben Schaefer Auctioneers.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
This is Brian Chandler
and Hallie Morgenstern Blackstone,
here from Chandler Funeral Home and Cremation Service. As our local youth from Caldwell and Shenandoah hit the field this season, we want to send a huge shout out and best of luck to each and every one of you.
Whether you're on the field, the court, or the track, we're rooting for your success.
Go Zeps and go Skins. Here's to a fantastic season ahead from all of us at Chandler Funeral Home. Thank you for letting us care for your community for over 2 decades.
High school football
From AVC Sports
on WWKC, Caldwell, Cambridge.
KC 105.
Back here at the Noble County Fairgrounds for week 8 of the high school football season. Again, tonight the homestanding Caldwell Redskins play host to the visitors from Shadyside, the Tigers. And we've already kind of gone through the fact that it's pretty much a must-win for both teams. So we're looking for a pretty competitive battle tonight. Just looking at some stats here, and I didn't have the opportunity to get a whole lot. The Redskins come in averaging just a little over 21 points a game, and defensively they've given up about 26. So pretty competitive games. The Tigers, on the other hand, only scoring just about 19 points a game, where they defensively is where they've had their issues. They come in here giving up 32 points. So for them to be competitive tonight, they're going to have to step up their play defensively.
Well, and the Redskins, I know we talked, you and I, when we were off the air there a little bit about a couple, at least one wrinkle the Redskins wanted to put in to up their running game was to have a new H-back. And you know that they're going to get a steady diet of Ethan Kroc.
And why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
you got a gun, shoot it.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, the young man's having a great year this year. And for those that didn't know, last year as a junior, he was the Eastern District Defensive Player of the Year and also first team All-Ohio. Now, the key there was he was playing tight end, which is probably his, John, natural position.
Yeah.
And defensively, they moved him to inside linebacker. But this year, they've moved him to quarterback. He is a great leader. I mean, quarterback's not his prime spot, but he's had a really good year and continues to get better with each week.
Right, and adjusting to that position each week. But like you said, I think the next level is looking at him as probably a defensive end or a linebacker, outside linebacker at the next level, and he is very capable of moving on to that next level without a doubt.
John, the stands are up. They're clapping.
Yeah.
I hear the bagpipes.
They're coming, yeah.
And I think I know the young lady who's playing the bagpipes.
Yeah. She's got a lot of air.
I'll tell her you said that.
I couldn't resist.
I'm not going to make that
That was easy.
For those that don't know, that's my lovely wife that is the bagpiper. And here comes the Redskins down through a great tradition.
Yes.
That they started years ago when Coach Mike Duvall was here. It's carried over. It's going to be interesting to see how they deal with this next year when the Redskins get to their new field, because you're not going to have the green screens that come down through. So that remains to be seen. But after tonight, the Redskins will only play one more home game here on the Fairgrounds, which has been, a very cozy home for them here the last, I don't know how many years. For a long time.
Oh, boy, that started somewhere around 1963, I think, was when the sod was laid, and the Redskins moved out here. So right in that time frame, that gets kicked around in the coffee shop occasionally.
I'm sure it does. And I had a chance to go by the new facility today. They started to lay the carpet. So everybody in Caldwell is extremely excited about the new facility, which will be put into play next football season.
Yeah, it is definitely ruled out for anything this season. So go ahead and do your thing there.
John, before we get started here, let me run through our list of sponsors, very generous sponsors, because without them, we would not be able to put this game on the radio tonight and also live stream. Our sponsors tonight: Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, State Farm under Alan Hunter, Chandler Funeral Home, Ben Schaefer Realty, Bicon Services, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doane Ford, People's Bank, State Farm and Sue Snowd, McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home, and Farmers and Merchants Bank. And a big thank you to all our sponsors. They're awesome in supporting the youth of the community.
Yes. And that's something that has been very prevalent here in Caldwell ever since I've been here, and that's been about 45 years. So, that's what happens when the community gets behind your school.
And speaking of community, I look out here now, the band just got done playing the alma mater and the fight song when the team came through. And a lot of alumni band members are here tonight to help out the high school band. That's been a tough situation for these kids to handle. But applause.
Yeah, my hat's off. Exactly. My hat's off to them for keeping the program alive. And the board is right in the process of hiring a new band director and get that in place. But these people, the parents and the kids themselves, have kept right on going.
And John, the band will be back. I mean, it's not leaving, but it will thrive.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of people. That means a lot too.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a tradition at Caldwell as well. So.
And it adds a lot to the atmosphere of a Friday night football game. I mean,
yeah.
When you don't have a band, it's just not the same. Of course, this is coming from an ex-band or a band director's son.
Yeah.
But, you know, my dad.
He put in some time here.
Yes, he did.
He did put in some time, yes, as a band director.
So, John, it looks like we're ready to go.
We're ready to do something here.
Number 25, that is Trenton Marling, kicking off for Shadyside. They won the toss and elected to defer. Back deep, that kickoff is going to number 3. That's Chaz Pepper, who returned one for a touchdown a couple weeks ago. Nice return by Pepper. Nice wall set up over on the left-hand side. He returns it out to about the 39-yard line, where the Redskins will start their first possession, 1st and 10. Again, the starting quarterback for the Redskins is number 2. That's Ethan Kroc, the 4-year letterman. His backs tonight, the main back will be Gavin Leake. Wide receivers, Alex Hurlin, Chaz Peffer, Brody Chandler. Aiden Bender has been seeing a lot of action too lately.
Yes. Well, there was a flag.
There was a flag
there, sir, and we missed it.
See that? Yes, they called holding against the Redskins on return. So that's going to move the ball back to the 20-yard line.
Mark a hold down there for penalty number 1.
So it took all of 8 seconds for us to get our first flag here.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
So
laundry has been flown already.
Again, the Redskins start from their own 20-yard line. As pretty much per se for every high school football team anymore, the Redskins will be in a shotgun formation. Gavin Leake, the junior, will be the lone running back, and he'll line up here to the left of Kroc. You've got trips out right, wide receiver out left. Handoff goes to Gavin Leake up the middle, and he's got a nice gain on first down. Gain of about 6 or 7, which will bring up 2nd and about 3 for the Redskins. Again, we're just getting started here from the fairgrounds. The Shadyside Tigers and the Caldwell Redskins doing battle tonight. Ethan Kroc with a fake to Gavin Leake on the dive. He keeps it off right tackle. A pickup of about maybe 2 more. So that's going to bring up the first 3rd down of the evening. Be about 3rd and 3.
Looked like the Tigers were kind of looking for Ethan Kroc.
Understandably so, because he has been the main ball carrier here the last 3 or 4 weeks. Tigers in a 5-2 defensive formation. That's old school.
Yeah. Croc's going to throw it.
And he's got
that's
Aiden Bender, as we just said. He has been seeing more and more time as a wide receiver. Nice throw there from Kroc, a gain of about 12. And the Redskins get the initial first down of the game. They will start this play from their own 41-yard line. Hurry up formation. Hand off to Leake. He goes off the right side, and again a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, he's going to pick up about 8. Brought down that time by Bryce Sloan for the Shadyside Tigers. You know, Plaz, I just happened to notice they've only got 7 seniors on the roster. She does Shadyside. Yeah.
And again, as long as it's working, why go to something else? They handed Leake kind of little quick trap right up the gut, pickup of about 15, and that'll be another first down for the Redskins. And they will start this play from the Shadyside 44-yard line.
Yeah, they're in hurry up. They're hurry up offense too.
When things are going good, keep it going. Oh, nice run there by the quarterback, Ethan Kroc. Faked a pitch over to the right to Gavin Leake. Decided to keep himself around the left side, and I tell you, he got hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and actually ducked under a tackle.
He did, and on his own, he was able to pick up enough yardage for another Caldwell Redskin first down.
Well, one thing Ethan Kroc does well is he picks up yardage on his own.
And seeing that it's Ethan Kroc, I better mention that's a Caldwell Lumber first down. Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Kroc again, I tell you what, nice gain again on first down. They are right now gashing the defensive line of the Tigers, and not much trouble, not much resistance with this running game.
Right.
And Kroc has it here all the way down to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Redskins with 9:30 to go here in the first quarter. Dreck snap to Kroc again. This time not quite as much room in the middle, but he does get it down to the 10-yard line for a gain of about 3.
Yep, that's like we said in the beginning, the Tigers were going to get a steady dose of Ethan Kroc tonight.
And whoever gave you that information was spot on. So Kroc again lined up. He's got a running back to either side.
It's Leak.
Yeah.
And flag comes into the middle, so it looks like it's going to be another hold.
That's exactly what they're going to call against the Redskins. So that'll move the Redskins back 10 and bring up about 2nd and 18.
The Redskins have a tendency to get penalized a few times. They're averaging just about 6 penalties a game.
If you want to be successful, that's one thing you got to try to avoid.
Yeah.
John, you can't. Good teams make you beat them. They don't beat themselves with turnovers and penalties. So again, 2 backs, 1 to either side of Kroc. He's in the shotgun formation. Drop backs to throw. Oh, it's wide open on the left-hand side. Breaks 1 tackle, gets down inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 7, where that should bring up a very manageable 3rd down.
3rd down, yeah.
3rd down and about 5 here. And I would say they're definitely, John, in 4-down territory here from the even though they have a quality kicker in Chaz Peffer, who would be pretty much automatic from this distance.
Yeah.
You want to get 6 on the board to begin with.
He's going in. Yep.
He goes in. I tell you, he broke 2 tackles. Cruised into the end zone.
No flags.
That's the key from about 7 yards out. So the Redskins have dented the scoreboard first here tonight at the 7:59 mark of the first quarter. They lead Shadyside 6-0.
So Chaz Peffer will come on to do the extra point duties out of the hold of Adam Bender.
And the center, I believe, is Alex Hurlin.
He is the long snapper.
There's not a whole lot athletically that Alex cannot do.
Right. And it's
right
good
down the middle. I tell you, that young man has made a tremendous amount of improvement from last year. Last year was his first time ever out for football. Didn't really, know exactly for sure what was going on, but he caught on quickly, liked it so much. He came out full time this year, and he's been a very valuable receiver.
Defensive back. A place kicker like that is invaluable. If he could have hooked down a little bit, he could have put it in the parking lot of McDonald's. He's got enough foot. He just has to learn to hook it.
I give him credit because I know that this summer he attended a couple kicking camps, and they messed with his approach and a couple things, and it's really made a huge improvement in him. And I know he's worked hard to get to where he's at right now.
Yeah.
You talk not very many seniors. I don't think, looking through, the Redskins don't have very many.
No, they don't have very many either.
So
probably
two pretty young teams here.
Probably ought to, update that a little bit.
So as we talk, Chaz Peffer will line up here to kick the ball off. Going back deep for the Tigers, that's number 2, Cole Micker, a 180-pound senior, and Michael Hendershot, a 145-pound freshman. Peffer's kick hits at about the 20. Minker picks it up. Oh, he's got a little room down the right side and brings it out to the 26-yard line before he's brought down. So we'll get a chance to see the Shadyside offense for the first time tonight. And they are led by 5'10", 140-pound sophomore Jaden Johnson at quarterback. Again, as you said, a lot of young players for the Tigers.
Well, the Redskins only have 4 seniors.
Yes, so these people playing, or these young men playing tonight, are going to see a lot of each other here in the next 2 or 3 years.
So we'll see what the Tigers try to do on offense.
Again, they line up in a similar formation to what the Redskins did. Shotgun. Johnson's first pass. Throwing out there to the... And we're having just a little hard time. I think that was actually Michael Hendershot, the intended receiver. Out there
he just flat out fell down. He tripped over the 40-yard line there, and because he would have been open if he would have been standing up.
Johnson had that ball pretty much on the money, but as you said,
if the Redskins have an Achilles heel, it might be in the pass defense.
We're going to find out tonight.
I think we are.
The Tigers are going to want to put the ball in the air a lot.
And here we go again.
Johnson, little fake, and he
rolls
out to he just
threw that one away.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you
good pressure.
It was good pressure and pretty good coverage out here that time by Aiden Bender and Chaz Peffler. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Tigers from their own 25-yard line. Again, not quite midway through the first quarter, the Redskins with the early 7-0 lead.
Yeah, it really made it look easy on that first drive, did the Redskins, as they just took the opening kickoff, and after the Chaz Pepper return, they just put it on number 2's back, and away they went.
And they overcame 2 holding penalties on that drive also. So a good opening to this football game for the Redskins. Again, Johnson back, shotgun formation. They've got trips left. He rolls to the left. Good pressure put on there.
And he throws it
that one away.
Same spot.
And that pressure was put on there by Blaine Hill, the 220-pound sophomore. Forced Johnson to really throw that before he could get his feet set up. So a quick 3 and out. And barring a turnover, the Redskins should get this ball back in pretty good field position.
Yeah, they're dropping back to about their own 45-yard line, awaiting the kick.
And that looks like Gavin Leake is one, and I can't. Is that Brody Chandler, the other one on the other side?
Pretty good punt. Oh boy, that's going to roll dead on about the 30, and that's something that just, I would say, drives the coach wild.
Because you know he's coached to catch everything possible, because there's a good example. If you don't catch it, the ball's going to hit, and it was a shady side roll.
Well, he assumed it was going to bounce out of bounds, and boy, she went right down the sidelines. That's the trouble with that daggone football. It just don't bounce right.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
You and I being both basketball coaches.
Yeah, that's, I just...
So with 7:31 to go here in the first quarter, the Redskins with the early 7-0 lead, they will start their second possession.
And here we
go. Their own 30. And again, guess who?
Yeah.
That's Ethan Kroc, the quarterback. Again, a nice, broke 2 or 3 tackles off the left-hand side.
Picks up about 15.
Actually, he got beyond the 50. I thought he went out earlier than that. I was like you, but ended up being about
that's more than that. Yeah.
And there was nothing fancy about that, John. Just a direct snap to Kroc, and he ran basically a quarterback sweep around the left side and didn't get touched till he was about 15 yards down the field. Redskins quickly back up to the ball. Kroc to throw out here in the flat to Alex Hurlin. It's a completion. But the tackle was made immediately by Bryce Sloan of the Tigers for a really minimal game of about 1. So I believe the first pass of the night for Kroc, he's been back to throw a couple times.
And then run.
Pulled it in and ran, which has been good decisions. So that brings up 2nd and 9 from the Tiger 48-yard line. Direct snap to Kroc. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Shadyside Tigers.
Probably going to lose a yard on that one.
I think that was the initial hit there was by number 10, the inside linebacker.
Griffin Kurtz,
I believe it is.
Okay, he's a senior.
Some of these guys down here from Shadyside, they got my kind of name. Of course, that's where my dad was from. So you get some of those names down there that I may have to help you pronounce a couple.
No. Here.
Oh, and that's blown dead.
They blow it dead. And I think we got motion. I think the slot man moved too soon. That was Gavin Leake, and I think Gavin moved too soon from the left side. He got the pitch, but the official said,
He knew that little pitch was going to go to him, and he could not wait to get his hands on it. But unfortunately for the Skins, he left a little bit early. So that brings up 3rd and 12 for the Redskins from their own 43-yard line. John, so far in this possession, the Tigers putting up a little bit more of a stout effort defensively against.
So far, yes, they
to this point
have gone. He makes one man miss, and
throws in kind of a crowd. That's pretty good coverage, really, by the secondary Shadyside, because nobody was open, and he kind of threw in the crowd and was really lucky that ball didn't get picked off.
Yeah, so. it got tipped, but fortunately it was tipped into an open area where there was no defender. So that brings up 4th and 17, so Ethan Kroc will boot it.
So, yeah, after the initial 22-yard gain by Kroc on the first play, the Tigers stand up defensively and force the first punt of the night here from the Redskins. Ethan Kroc back deep. Line drive kick, hits, and that's number 2. That's Cole Minker. He caught that on the run. And
boy, he did.
Nice return.
He did. Yeah, that's Cole Minker, and he's got some speed out there.
He does. They list Cole as 180 pound. He's one of the seniors for the Tigers and one of their captains. So good starting field position here for the Tigers, just across midfield.
Adam Bender knocked him out of bounds over there. He may have still been running. So see if they go back to the air.
Well, they're actually going to, and this is something you don't see much of high school anymore. They've got Johnson up under center.
Yeah.
And I backfield in behind. And there's the first run of the night for the Tigers.
Let's see, that would be number 20.
Colton Wallace with his first carry of the night. Wallace is a 180-pound freshman. Again, another young player for the Tigers. So pickup of about 3. So the Tigers will set up shop here, 2nd and 7 from the Redskin 47-yard line.
Yeah, they got Micker out wide to the right.
I formation again for the Tigers.
Uh-oh.
Got another flag.
Another procedure penalty, this time against Shadyside.
And they were attempting to run just another, pretty much an isolation play there. The intended ball carrier was Ace Nelson. But 5-yard mark off against the Tigers, and that'll bring up 2nd and about 12.
Hendershot brings the play in for the Tigers from Coach Mike Koenig.
And I tell you what, John, this is something you don't see much at all at high school level anymore, and really at any level.
Yeah.
A quarterback under center.
And incomplete, intended for number.
I think that's Cole Minker.
Yeah.
The young man who just returned a punt. I tell you what, pretty good coverage out there by Brody Chandler. In fact, I thought they might have him face guarding there a little bit, but it's a good ball thrown that time. That's probably the best ball that Johnson's thrown yet. Had the ball on the money, but Minker just unable to hold on to it there along the right sideline. So 3rd and 12 for the Tigers, again from their own 48-yard line. Johnson goes back in a shotgun. Running backs to either side. Oh, a little screen pass.
Yeah.
That's a good call, but I tell you what, just unable to make it.
And again, good pressure by the Redskins as they read that really well. That was Charles Gessel, number 60. After Mr. Johnson.
So after picking up an initial first down, they are going to have to punt. Brings up 4th and 12 from their own 48-yard line. Chandler and Leak back deep. That's Brody Chandler.
Oh, he fumbled it.
And I think that is recovered by
Shadyside's got it. Shady muffed.
That's recovered by Michael Hendershot, the freshman. Huge turnover there by the Redskins will give the Tigers great field position from the Redskin 21-yard line.
Yeah, just I think the receiver just took his eye off of it right there at the last moment when the defender was coming at him and kind of caused it.
Yeah.
That's what
he appeared to be in pretty good shape to make the play, but
don't they tell you to look that ball in?
Well, they do.
I heard that at OU a few times. Not playing. But
so let's see if the Tigers here can take advantage of the first big break of the game. Again, Johnson up under center.
Oh, man.
Handoff. I tell you what, that's number
slow, very slow developing.
It was, yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of a miscommunication back there.
Yeah.
Ace Nelson was the ball carrier that time, and he was shaking up a little bit on the play, slow to get up. And that's actually a loss of about 1 for the Tigers. But, yeah, again, Johnson up under center, I formation for the Tigers, and just not a whole lot of mesh there between the quarterback and the running back.
And having him under center, it's given the Redskins defensive line a good opportunity to get penetration.
It has. So, again, it looks like they're going to go Johnson back up under center again. Again, the Tigers in I formation. They got motion to the left, quick pitch out this way.
Boy.
And I tell you what, there's nothing
there.
Again, that's
Croc.
Ace Nelson with the run on the around the left side on the pitch, and that's another maybe a minimal loss. Let's call it 3rd and 12.
They're probably in 4-down territory.
I would think so. Yeah. Because they are right now lined up at the Caldwell 23-yard line, 3rd and 13 for the visiting Tigers. Again, we are 2:52 to go in the first quarter. The homestanding Redskins with an early 7-0 lead over the Shadyside Tigers. Again, the Tigers come out now back in the shotgun formation, running back on both sides of Johnson. He's looking
got
deep.
Time. Dropped. Intended again for Micker.
And I think that was pretty good defense that time by Brody Chandler.
Oh, they said it was against the Redskins. I don't know what that signal was.
I don't know either.
Well,
would it possibly have been maybe a
sideline warning? Is that what that?
Yes, that would be a sideline warning.
Okay.
So the next time that happens, the Redskins will receive a penalty, but this time they avoided it. So it'll bring up a big 4th down and 13 for Shadyside.
Yeah, Shadyside has yet to complete a pass. They are 0 for 6.
But Johnson has looked better the last couple times he's done it because he's been able to get his feet set. Had the ball, I tell you what, Brody Chandler with a really nice defensive play that time. Johnson back in the shotgun. He's looking out.
Oh my.
Line and go. And he was wide open.
Wide open.
Boy, that's the old out and up. And the defender out here, Gavin, he bit on the out. And Minker was wide open in the end zone.
Yes, he was.
But Johnson unable to make connections, so the Redskins hold after the fumbled punt and will now take over from their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10. And again, I tell you what, we'd like to send it back to the studio, but the game's not allowing us to do that because it's like these guys feel like maybe they got a date or something tonight because both teams in full tilt motion here so far. Croc back in the shotgun
he's going to throw.
He's looking to throw. Throws deep, and and I tell you what, I don't know. If ball was intended for Chaz Pepper, a little underthrown. He was defended out there by Bryce Sloan and also Michael Hendershot. Some contact was made.
Yeah, there was contact early, but I don't know if they ruled it not catchable. Well, obviously it wasn't because nobody caught it.
Nobody caught it, so.
Yeah.
So the Tigers avoided a big penalty right there.
Yeah,
they are going to mark off 5, it looks, against the Redskins.
What was that? I didn't see the signal.
It wasn't anything major because it was just a 5-yard penalty. I don't know whether the Redskins possibly lined up offside that time.
I did not.
And surprisingly, the Tigers went ahead and took the penalty.
Yeah. Loads it again. Oh, that's, way overthrown.
Ethan Kroc just that time went back and just cut it loose and threw it as far as he could throw it.
Yeah, and hope he can run under it. Let Chaz Pepper run under it.
Pretty much the identical play that they ran prior to that, again with no success. So the Redskins in a hole here. They've got 3rd and 15 from their own 19-yard line.
So Chandler goes left, Peffer right. Oh!
Nice throw by Crocky. That was a deep out route that time by Aiden Bender. And boy, I tell you what, Crocky,
he had it.
He could not have thrown that ball any better, but Bender just unable to hold on. Pretty good defense out there.
I think the defender got a hand in it.
I think he did too, and I think that was Michael Hendershot out there on coverage.
So
a quick 3 and out here for the Redskins, and they'll have to punt. And Crocky will line up from his own 8-yard line. So barring a turnover, the Tigers should get pretty good field position here. Pretty good punt there by Ethan Kroc. Picked up, fielded there by Michael Hendershot at about the 47-yard line, about an 8-yard return.
Yep, is number 12 in on the tackle there. That's Jonah Morocco.
And Morocco, another young man that was on the All-State team last year as a sophomore. Now, Jonah's gotten bigger this year.
Yeah.
But I tell you, there's pound for pound. Last year, there was nobody tougher on that football field than Morocco was.
He's not afraid to put a lick on you.
I tell you, he played inside linebacker at about 140 pounds, and he put a stick on you. So Johnson comes back in the game, and he looked like he might have been limping a little bit coming into the huddle. So not a real big young man. He listed 140 pounds. Again, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's had to run for his life, though, against the pass rush of the Redskins.
So he's back in a shotgun formation. Side
Here
card
it
to the
comes
right.
Again.
That's Ace Nelson. And I think they're going to get either a block in the back or a hold out there by the Tigers.
Yeah,
gain of about 3. That's one of the few completions that Johnson's been able to come up with. Just a little slip screen that time.
So
they're going to mark off
10
yard. 10. Let's see what the call is here, if they'll give it to us. Holding against the Tigers.
Their second penalty.
And again, we are rapidly closing in on the end of the first quarter. 1:45 to go. Again, the Redskins with the early 7-0 lead. Tigers line up with twins both sides. Little motion to the left. Johnson again looks to run the same play to this side to Ace Nelson. A completion, but boy, he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Good pursuit that time by the Redskins, led by number 74, Blaine Hill. And I think that was also number 60, Charles Gessel, in on the play. So it just looks like right now, John, early on, that the Redskins' defensive and offensive line have a little bit of an advantage over the line of the Tigers.
And what you're saying is I think they're going to wear the Tigers down.
There's a good possibility. Again, another throw there by Johnson. And that's out. Again, another quick throw out there to Christian Flores with his catch.
Yeah.
But Johnson happened to make those quick throws because he's getting so much pressure. So again, that's a gain of only about 3. So 3rd and about 14 for the Tigers from about the 50-yard line. And they are going to need to get one more snap in here.
I believe they are.
Before the end of the first quarter. Johnson back in a shotgun. Throws over the middle. He's got a receiver that time. I believe that's Michael Hendershot.
And he picks up about 9 before he was hit by Ethan Kroc.
I'm sorry, that was actually number 10. That was Griffin Kritz on the reception. And what are the officials? Are they going to measure?
I don't know.
They've moved the ball 2 or 3 different times, so they've decided, I think they're going to place the ball down right on the 35-yard line, which is going to be just enough for Shadyside first down.
First down, yeah.
So big pickup on 3rd down there by the Tigers.
And they're still conferring.
Well,
they're all there but one. Now, and then they're going to start the clock and run her out.
And they're going to run it out. So we have come to the close of the first quarter. Again, the homestanding Caldwell Redskins with the early 7-0 lead. We'll send it back to the studio and be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at the Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
This is Brian Chandler
and Hallie Morgenstern Blackstone,
here from Chandler Funeral Home and Cremation Service. As our local youth from Caldwell and Shenandoah hit the field this season, we want to send a huge shout out and best of luck to each and every one of you.
Whether you're on the field, the court, or the track, we're rooting for your success.
Go Zeps and go Skins. Here's to a fantastic season ahead from all of us at Chandler Funeral Home. Thank you for letting us care for your community for over 2 decades.
Back here at the Fairgrounds at Noble County, again the Caldwell Redskins with a 7-0 lead over the Shadyside Tigers after the first quarter. And big pickup on 3rd down, though.
It was, yeah.
Right at the end of the first quarter.
Only the second completion for the Tigers.
There's a little handoff inside, and I believe that's number 22, Ace Nelson with the carry up the middle. Small gain. They have not had much success at all trying to run.
No.
The only success they've really had was in that last possession where Johnson was able to hit a couple quick throws before the pressure got to him. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Kernan doesn't try to go to that a little more often right now, because that's the only thing they've been successful with. Johnson in the shotgun. Nice throw over there.
And let's see. Yeah, incomplete.
Oh, I tell you what, that was a nice throw.
Yes, it was.
Catch. Catch made out there by Cole Micker.
And number 24 on the coverage. That's Bender was on the coverage, but yeah, he was beaten to the outside.
It wasn't so much bad coverage. I was really impressed. As a nice throw made there by the sophomore Johnson.
Yeah,
put it right where the only guy could have caught it would have been his receiver.
And that's a long throw.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
From one hash mark to the other sideline. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Tigers. Again, little screen out there thrown to left-hand side.
Yep, he didn't miss.
And that's Cole Micker with the reception. And that play made out there by Gavin Leake.
And again, that's number Gavin Leake on the tackle. Good tackle, one-on-one by Gavin Leake.
Yeah, he's out there all by himself.
Yeah.
That's a tough play to make. But
yeah.
Good job there by the junior. So with 10:50 to go here, second quarter, the Redskins with a 7-0 lead. The Tigers will line up with 4th and about 14 from their own 38-yard line. They're going to line up. They got trips left.
Yeah, they're kind of rolling the dice here.
Split in, yeah. Ooh. I tell you what, that's a nice job by Johnson that time. Avoiding pressure that time by Guyler Preston and also Charles Gessel was able to avoid that, tried to complete that pass down there to number 31. That's Caden Baker. Just came up a little bit short, so the Tigers will turn the ball over to the Redskins.
That was a nice job by Johnson's receiver coming back to him.
He did, yes.
He
He
did
gave
a
him an
nice
opportunity
job.
to make the reception. Just
Yeah.
the throw was a little bit low. Tough catch. It was a catchable ball, but it'd have been a tough one. So the Redskins will take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Ethan Crock with, and boy, that handoff goes to
and he's
Gavin Leake, and boy,
hit by Ian Weatherston for Shadyside in the backfield.
And John, after that initial drive of the Redskins, I think the Tiger defensive front is alive and awake right now.
Well, I think they went to the 4-3, and it's helped. And here comes Crock.
As we say that, here comes Ethan Crock, and he's out in the open. I don't know if anybody's going to catch him.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, and we got a penalty back here. I think
penalty marker.
Brody Chandler made a block on a defensive back that didn't need to be made. And they're going to call him, I'm sure, for a clip out here.
Yeah, because I think number 14, Colt Cook, was the recipient of it, and he's a little worse for the wear.
He is. That would have been a 63-yard touchdown scamper by the quarterback, Ethan Crock, but that's going to be
personal foul.
Personal foul. A clapback block.
Yeah.
So that's going to move the Redskins back 15 yards. I tell you what, that's a crucial penalty. So they'll actually start this play from their own 44, which actually a gain.
Yes.
They marked that off from the spot of the foul.
From the spot of the foul,
So the Redskins still got a favorable spot. They're second and about 6. That's a little shovel pass to Leak. He's got some speed. And he is broken loose. And that young man is gone.
Yeah.
So back-to-back big plays, and I don't see any laundry down on the field, John.
I don't see any. No. Yeah, 55 yards.
Little pitch out to the right side for Gavin Leake. That young man's got pretty good speed.
He does.
The corner,
yes.
And I don't think anybody from Shadyside, John, laid a hand on him.
No. Yeah, he turned the corner, and the Jets kicked in. So Pfeffer on.
A quick 2-play drive there for the Redskins. Again, that's a nice response after the 15-yard penalty brought back the touchdown from the previous play. Again, we've got Chaz Pfeffer lined up to kick the extra point. Aiden Bender, the holder. Alex Hurlin, the long snapper. And that one splits the uprights also. So with 9:32 to go here in the second quarter, the Redskins now on top of the Tigers, 14-0. We'll send it back to the studio and be back shortly for the kickoff from the Redskins.
Experience luxury and power like never before with the 2024 Explorer, available now at Doane Ford. With its sleek exterior, 3.0-liter EcoBoost V6 engine, and low miles, this Explorer is ready for any adventure. Relax in light sandstone leather seats while staying comfortable with heated and ventilated front seats. Plus, enjoy the premium technology package featuring a 14 speakers and B&O sound system with twin-panel moonroof. Don't miss out on this exceptional driving experience. Visit Doane Ford today, located at 66870 Belmont Morristown Road, or visit them online at DoaneFord.com.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Back at the Noble County Fairgrounds, Chaz Pfeffer getting ready to kick off for the Redskins. Again, Caldwell with a 14-0 lead with 9:32 to go in the second quarter. And that was fielded back there by number 11, Michael Hendershot. But unlike the pros, he went down and it's dead right there. And he would have had some room to run over there on the left-hand side.
Yeah, he could have picked up a few yards there.
So the Tigers will start this possession from about their own 18-yard line. Again, 9:32 to go here in the second quarter. The Redskins with a 14-0 lead over the Shadyside Tigers. So, John, crucial spot here for the Tigers.
Yeah.
If they want to compete and stay in this football game, they're going to have to do something. Maybe not necessarily score, but they're going to need to pick up, at least gain some yardage, turn the field over where the Redskins would have to, march a long distance. But, boy, a quick 3 and out here could be a disaster for Shadyside.
Uh-oh.
And we got another whistle on the field.
Timeout. Timeout, Shadyside.
So again, while I've got this opportunity, let me one more time read through our very generous sponsors here tonight. Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, State Farm and Allen Hunter, Chandler Funeral Home, Ben Schaefer Relay, Bicon Services, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford, People's Bank, State Farm and Sue Snowd, McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home, and Farmers and Merchants Bank. And again, thank you so much to our sponsors for supporting the youth of the community and allowing us to broadcast their exploits, on the athletic fields during this school year.
Yeah, and especially being able to stream it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I know a lot of people really enjoy it.
Yes.
A lot of people unable. I tell you what, speaking of stream, what a beautiful night. I mean, there's a pretty nice crowd here on a Friday night at the fairgrounds, and why wouldn't you?
Yes.
This is a great night for high school football.
Intercepted.
And that was picked off, I believe that's number 40. That's Skylar Preston. Read that little middle screen perfectly, intercepted the ball at about the 13, ran it in untouched. So big play there being by the junior defensive end, Skylar Preston. And I believe, John, that's his second
pick six.
Pick six of the year.
Yeah.
So the Redskins will line up again now. Alex Herlin, the snapper, Aiden Bender, the holder, and the senior Chaz Peffer will attempt to kick his third extra point here this evening.
So, boy, that quick, boom.
Oh.
Yeah, just after you got talking about the key.
How important it was for Shadyside. So now they really have their backs to the wall. Snaps good, holds good, the kick is up. It's also good. So again, with 9:24 to go here, second quarter from the fairgrounds, the Caldwell Redskins lead the Shadyside Tigers 21-0.
Looking for reliability, style, and affordability? Look no further than Doan Ford's Ford Fiesta with a fuel-efficient 1.6-liter i4 engine and a smooth 5-speed manual transmission. It's perfect for city streets or open highways. Enjoy modern conveniences like power windows, locks, cruise control, and a rear-view camera for added safety. With low miles, this Fiesta is ready to roll for a very low cost. Visit Doan Ford today and drive away in style. Located at 66870 Belmont Morristown Road, or visit them online at doanford.com.
This is Ken Perkins. Robin and I and the staff at McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home want to wish Noble County athletes from Shenandoah and Caldwell High Schools an exciting fall sports season. We also want to wish all students a successful school year on and off the field. In our tight-knit community, our kids are our future, and we are honored to watch them succeed. McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home invites you to visit us at www.mcveigh-perkins.com or on Facebook.
Back here to the Noble County Fairgrounds. And John, a real quick scoreboard update brought to you by Chandler Monuments. And two huge games tonight against undefeated teams. Barnesville with the 14-0 early lead against Monroe Central. And over at Union Local, the St. Clairsville Red Devils lead the homestanding Jets 6-0. So two huge games going on in the area tonight.
Yes, those are a lot of attention.
Huge playoff points available. Yeah.
Flag.
So as I was trying to give that update, Chaz Peffer again with the kickoff for the Redskins. The Shadyside fielded the ball. I believe that was Michael Hendershot on the return. Back to about the 14, but there is a flag, as you said, on the play. So we'll see what looks like.
The officials are concurring. 2 of them. That's better.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's better than all 4 of them or 5 of them.
Yeah. Well, but you've got 3 of them.
3 of them were there.
Back and 2 of them up here, so who knows? Let's see what we've got here for a call. And this is an officiating crew, John. I can't really tell from here.
Ooh, personal
foul against the Tigers.
Wow.
So that's going to back them up. Probably to about the 7-yard line would be my guess, because this is going to be half a distance to the goal penalty.
3rd penalty against the Tigers. I think they're still conferring about the. Nope, there she goes.
And there's your mark off right there, and it's going to be back actually to about the 6.
6, yeah.
So the Tigers already down 21-0 here with 9:15 to go in the 2nd quarter. Will have to start this drive from deep in their own territory from their own 6-yard line.
And have not shown really much of a running game at all, and now back where they are now. They've already had 1 pick 6.
And you know that the Redskin defensive front's going to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback, Johnson. Incomplete pass. That really wasn't a poorly thrown ball. That's number 2 out there, Cole Micker.
Cook that intended, that was the coverage. Gavin Leake was on the coverage.
And I tell you, Micker was open, just unable to catch the ball. It wasn't a poorly thrown ball. So another incompletion here brings up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. And as you said, they're almost have to throw the ball, and that's not a good situation where you're throwing it from your own end zone. And the other team knowing that that's what you have to do. So again, he's a shotgun formation, sidecar running backs on either side.
That's going to be a delay of game.
That's a delay of game.
So when it rains, it pours.
So another half the distance to the goal penalty. That'll only be about 3-yard mark off, but that means the Tigers have to snap this from their own 3-yard line. Again, if you're just tuning in, 9:11 to go here in the 2nd quarter. From the Noble County Fairgrounds, the Caldwell Redskins with the early 21-0 lead over the visitors from Shadyside.
Yeah, the incomplete passes are kind of extenuating the quarter.
Yes, it's not moving nearly as quickly as what the 1st quarter did. So again, Johnson, the sophomore quarterback, lines up in a shotgun formation, running back to his left. They've got motion to the right.
He dropped it, and it's picked up by Caldwell. Let's see who was on that.
Get a number there.
Got a celebration.
Celebration penalty.
Yeah. I think it's
That's
number
60, I believe. Charles Gessel with that recovering in the end zone for a touchdown, but a little too much annex to suit the officials. And I know that the coaches have gone over that. Yeah. But that's probably that young man's first touchdown ever.
Yeah.
And I'm understandably so. The young man was excited and got a little carried away. So there will be a mark off against the Redskins. Let's see if they're going to do it here on the extra point or wait till the kickoff.
What should go on the kickoff?
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, I think.
But I think they're calling sportsmanlike against, and they are asking actually the Shadyside Tiger head coach Mike Kernick if he wants it on the extra point or the kickoff. Unsportsmanlike. Okay.
Yeah, we got that, and
they are going to do it on the kickoff.
Yep.
And that makes more sense.
Yes.
Because the Redskins now will have to kick off from their own 25-yard line, which should give Shadyside good starting field position for their next drive. But again, we thought they had their backs to the wall earlier. They now are down 27-0.
Yeah, the hole is somewhat larger now and deeper.
So Peffer attempting his 4th extra point.
Look good from here.
That one is another one right down the middle. He has been perfect tonight on all 4. And the Redskins jump out now to the lead of 28-0 with 9:06 to go here. in the second quarter.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
And here we are. We're back at the Noble County Fairgrounds again. And I tell you, John, what started out to be a pretty competitive game.
Yeah.
7-0 at the end of the first quarter. And we're not even 3 minutes into the second quarter, and the lead has ballooned to 28-0 in favor of the homestanding Redskins.
14 of those points have come off of turnovers by Shadyside.
So there's a kickoff. Again, it started 15 yards deep because of the unsportsmanlike penalty. And that's number 2. That's Cole Micker on the return for the Tigers. And now we've got another late flag coming in here.
I think they might. This might be another unsportsmanlike.
Hopefully that the two sides can kind of get their acts together a little bit more, because if this continues, the officials are going to have ice put on their shoulders.
Personal foul against the Redskins.
Another one against the Redskins. So
yeah, they had some extra people piling on after that tackle.
This is probably going to give Coach Rucker something to talk to his team about at halftime, because other than the penalties, they've played a pretty good first half. But if you want to beat the good teams, you can't have this many penalties and these type of penalties.
Yeah, 6
unnecessary.
Six penalties, and pretty much self-induced.
Yes. So with that penalty mark off, the Tigers will start this possession from the Redskin. Looks like 43-yard line. They had the wrong football in. Each team provides the ball, so they had Caldwell's football on the field that they used to kick off with.
Might not have been a bad idea. Look how many points it scored.
Good point. Good point. So again, a little different formation. They've got everybody lined up to the left. Johnson with a quick pass out to the left. That's Michael Hendershot.
And Ethan Kroc kind of blew that one up.
It was a completion, but it went for -1 yards. Good pursuit that time. Pretty much the whole right side of the Redskin defensive front, and of course led by Ethan Kroc. Kroc's joined on the inside there by number 44 on the inside. That is Owen Hunt, the other inside linebacker. And defensively, the Redskins have done a pretty nice job here so far through 1+ quarters. Another motion out here to the right. Deep throw made that time, and that just Johnson's got kind of
16 pass attempts already tonight for Shadyside.
And you can't really blame the young man back there. He's not had a lot of time to throw the football, and he just reared back and threw that as far as he possibly could, and out through his intended receiver, which again was Cole Micker.
Yeah, Micker seems to be somebody they look to offensively, either throwing it or running the football. And he is a 6-foot senior, so.
So with that incompletion, brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Tigers, again from their own 43-yard line. Little slip screen thrown out here that time.
Oh,
that's
boy.
Nelson And a great pursuit that time. Ace Nelson with the reception. And again, pretty much for either no gain or they might have given him a 2-yard loss.
Yeah,
and Gavin Leake's helmet came off on that play, so he'll be forced to the sideline to sit out one play.
Yeah, the Shadyside receiver caught the ball, took about 2 steps, and then actually stopped. And
he may want to wonder. He may be wondering why he actually caught that one. Because he was surrounded and got leveled. So again, that'll bring up 4th down. The Tigers again will go for it from the Redskin 42-yard line. They've got 3 receivers right, 1 left. Johnson back to throw.
No.
And he is brought down. I believe that's
number 88.
We don't have 88, but that's
Dalton Egnott,
yeah. He's got a different number on the night because, as you stated, I think they probably will use him some now before the night's over at H-back.
Probably, yes.
And this would be a good situation to break him into that position because the Redskins pretty much control this football game. Again, 7:12 to go here in the second quarter, and the Redskins already on top 28-0. So Caldwell will take over and start this possession from their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Ethan Kroc back. Snap goes to Kroc again, right up the middle. And the Tigers are having a hard time tackling that young man tonight.
Picked up about 16.
He had the first down before you had a hand laid on him. And again, that is a Caldwell Lumber first down.
First down.
And nice pickup there for the senior quarterback, Ethan Kroc.
Yeah, that's his 9th carry.
And he's got to be approaching probably 100 yards. Little dance step back there that time. Pretty good pursuit by the Tigers, but Kroc still able to pick up probably about 3 yards that time right up the middle. And that was all Ethan Kroc that time on the game. Cole Micker, whose name we've called a lot, was the initial tackler on that play for the Tigers.
Yeah, he's kind of the guy that they go around offensively and defensively.
So Chaz Peffer will go out wide right. Brody Chandler split out left. Again, Kroc in the shotgun formation. We've got sidecars on either side of Kroc. The handoff goes to Bender, and boy, he was met right there head on.
About -2.
And that was number 52, Ian Weatherson, with the initial hit on Bender. A loss of about 2, which will bring up 3rd and about 8. Again, the Redskins are definitely in 4-down territory, starting this play from the Shadyside 32-yard line. Boy, nice little.
He's gone.
Screen pass. That goes
to 33.
Yes.
33-yard touchdown pass.
And I tell you what, John, that was a great play made by Ethan Kroc.
Yes.
Initially, that play was covered. He made a little pump fake and allowed Leak to get out into the open. Dropped a perfect pass right over top.
He did.
He had nothing but green grass.
He had to throw it right over top of one of his other receivers.
He did.
And he just threw it right over top of him, right into Leak's hands, and the rest was goodbye.
Nice play. Chaz Peffer again lines up for the extra point attempt. Snaps down.
Boom.
Kicks up, and he is a perfect 5 for 5 this evening. So again, now with 5:15 to go, second quarter, the Redskins have scored 28 points here in the second quarter and lead 35-0 over the Shadyside Tigers. We'll be back.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams. Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Sue Snowd's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and they consider that a very good sign. See State Farm agent Sue Snowd at 400 East Street, Caldwell. Sue Snowd State Farm is a proud supporter of high school sports.
Again, back at the Noble County Fairgrounds, this is Mike Podlasiak, along with my sidekick tonight, Mr. John Secrest. And I hope those of you that are at home are bearing along with me, because this is my first effort as a play-by-play announcer. So
sounds good to me.
We are doing the best we can possibly do tonight. So again, it's kickoff by Chaz Pepper. A little shorter kickoff this time. That'll be fielded by Michael Hendershot at about the 20-yard line. Just a little over 10-yard return.
10-yard return.
By the freshman. Again, one of many freshmen that's on the field tonight for the Tigers.
Got to figure that Shadyside perhaps looks to be 2 to 3 years away from, getting back into where they really can be competitive.
And those are aware of the history of the Shadyside Tigers.
Boy.
I tell you what, it's not been that long ago. They had one of the finest small school programs in this area of the state. They were in the state finals a time or two, and that was a team that nobody really wanted to play. But like all small schools, and they all go through it. You're going to have your good times and bad times. You're going to be hurting for talent at times. I mean, it's not always going to be there, and they're a little bit down right now. On that first down, that was a pass thrown out here to the right flats by Johnson, and the receiver is still down, and I can't make
he got hit while he was suspended in air trying to catch that football, which was actually overthrown.
It looks like the way the trainer is now, I think maybe it's just a cramp, and we're hoping that's all that there's wrong with that young man. I can't make out a number yet to see
I
who
can't
actually
either.
is down.
What do you mean just a cramp?
Well, that's better than a torn ACL, John.
Yeah, I know, but you've never seen me with a cramp.
I don't know that I really
I don't
want
think
to say
so.
you
No,
with a cramp.
no.
The injured player that time, that was Ace Nelson, the one of the running backs for the Tigers, and he's able to get off the field under his own power. So hopefully that young man can continue play here.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it was just a cramp.
And for those maybe wondering why we don't have a running clock yet, well, we don't get into that situation until the second half, and that's with at least a 32-point lead. So if things stay as they are, we would start the second half with a running clock.
Oh, my. He did get... Oh, there comes the proverbial flag.
And we've seen a lot of those tonight.
Oh, it might be a face mask. Yeah, face mask against the Redskins.
Boy, John, I don't know if you got it there. That's been at least 4 or 5 personal foul penalties called here in the first half against Caldwell. Will not make Coach Rucker seven. Will not make Coach Rucker very happy.
And 6 major and 1 motion.
You are not going to beat good teams making those kind
of
mistakes.
You just can't give away yards like that.
And as we stated, next week, a big game for the Redskins here on the home turf against the Toronto Red Knights. They went into action tonight with a record of 5-2, and they were in 6th in their region, and they also are another Division 6 school. That handoff, I tell you, here we go. There's another flag.
Comes another flag.
That's either got to be holding or maybe another face mask. That
holding
ball carrier was Colton Wallace for the Tigers.
personal foul, face mask
Another
against
face
the
mask.
Redskins.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. So
that yellow flag has been the best offense for the Tigers here so far this
season. It has, in this second quarter.
And those officials may need to be looked at halftime by the trainer because their shoulders might be a little tight because they've thrown those flags a lot here in the first half.
They have, yes.
And I'm not being critical of them by any stretch. But I'm sure they're justifiable calls, but it just seems like there's
usually a face mask is, you know as well as
you want to protect them. You want to protect the kids.
You can call holding any play out there.
At any level.
At any level, yeah. But face mask, different story. Oh, my, look at that.
Now we saw, there's 4 flags that time. They all got in there.
Procedure.
And, John, as quick as that first quarter was, this second quarter has been longer. This may be setting a record for the length of a quarter at the high school level.
Yes,
and Bryce, our young man, Bryce Haynes, who is running the board and stuff for us here tonight, is in total agreement of that.
Yes, he is. He's shaking his head.
Again, we want to thank Bryce Haynes and Andrew Dunlap for the help that they are giving us here tonight. So we can also not only broadcast this, but live stream it.
Yeah, and watch the flags fly at home. Oh.
Johnson's pass intended out here in the right flat for number 11, Michael Hendershot. Just a little bit high. And I don't know that he really would have wanted to come down because Brody Chandler was in pretty good position to clip his legs right out from underneath.
Yeah,
that might have hurt.
He wasn't going to gain very much, so a lot of times discretion is a better part of valor on the part of a wide receiver.
I think I remember you using that phrase a couple other times. But it makes total sense. So another Chandler Monument scoreboard update. We've got 2 key games here in the area. The undefeated Barnesville Shamrocks lead the undefeated Monroe Central Seminoles 22-0 in the first half. And another game against undefeated teams. The St. Clairsville Red Devils are leading the homestanding Union Local Jets 20-0.
Second delay of game against the Tigers. That is their 6th penalty of the night.
Another 5 yards and bring up a 2nd and 20 for the Tigers from their own 41. So the Tigers are limping into halftime here right now, and we've got another motion penalty. And the natives here in the stands are getting just a little bit restless.
You're being kind.
Well, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
Since it is the election season, I'm going to try to be politically correct, the best that I can. So another 5-yard penalty brings up a 2nd and 25.
Well, the officials are the leading ground gainers in this game.
Yes, they are, unfortunately. Snap goes back to Johnson. He bobbles a little bit. Good pressure by the Redskins.
That's going to be intentional.
And that's probably going to be intentionally grounded because it did not make it back to the line of scrimmage.
But the referee did not see that because he was trying to protect the quarterback, and I don't know if the linesman is going to call it or not.
Boy, that was a pretty solid hit made there by Dalton Agnott.
Yeah, I think he's reporting the intentional grounding.
Yeah, I think that's what the discussion is right now between the officials. So let's see what
why would we have
now he does drop the flag.
Why would we have a play without a penalty? I mean,
well, it's been a long time since we had one without the yellow flag being on the ground. So that will be a loss of down, and also the ball will be marked from the spot of the foul.
Yes.
So that is going to bring up 3rd down and a country mile for the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't think most high school playbooks don't have anything for this.
I don't know that the pro playbook has anything for this situation.
It's called snap it, and look out.
Yeah, look out. According to the scorekeeper, it's 3rd and 40.
Not going to argue.
So here comes a full-out blitz by the Redskins.
Oh, yep.
And we're going to have a hold out here.
Yeah, holding.
I
There'll
think
be a
that's going
hold
to go
there
against Gavin Leake.
Yep.
He had a hold of Cole Micker out here, who was running a seam route right down the hash marks. So, and for all intents and purposes, they're going to pick up a first down on 3rd and 40 because of that penalty.
Penalty, yeah. Well, that one you and I saw.
There was no doubt about that.
There was no doubt about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Redskins are definitely going to have some things that they're going to have to shore up a little bit before they take on Toronto here at the Fairgrounds next week.
Who's Toronto play tonight? Do you know?
You know what? That's one thing I did not look up, John.
I tell you, the only thing I really wanted to know, and you don't come up with it.
Well, give me time at halftime, and I'll look it up real quick. So actually, that's not an automatic first down.
No, it's just spot of the foul.
Okay, I've got it. Bryce is my right-hand man. They are playing Connaughton Valley tonight and have a 41-14 lead over the Rockets.
Okay, so they're going to come in at 6-2 then.
6-2, yes. In a crucial game next week. Guess what? Now they're going to call the Shadyside lined up offside. I don't know that there's a penalty in the book that they have not called here tonight so far in the first half.
That's 10 for Shadyside, 8 for Caldwell. So 18 penalties here in this first half.
Almost as many offensive plays that's been run by both teams together.
Yeah, the officials are leading ground gainer.
Oh, my. Johnson goes back to throw, and again, good pressure.
And incomplete.
Tries to dump it over the middle, and again, that was Cole Micker, again, the intended receiver, but that ball was well short. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 25 for the Tigers from their own 29-yard line, and the crowd
that's called a Bronx cheer. That's a Bronx cheer.
Yeah, those of you that are familiar with that, that's good, John. A Bronx cheer for the officials that there was no flag that time. So we've gone down all the way to the 3:23 mark here of the second quarter. And it's taken about an hour to get to that point.
Yeah.
Nice kick that time by Trenton Marling. Fielded by Brody Chandler that time. He's down the sidelines. Still has not been brought down. Nice return there by Brody Chandler, the junior.
Brought down by number 25. That was Trenton Marling, made the tackle.
The punter. Actually the tackler. And Brody Chandler made up a little bit. He was the one that earlier in the half muffed the punt, giving Shadyside good field position. So he was bound determined that time. He was going to try to make up for that mistake and did a pretty good job of it.
Yep, Redskins will start on their own, or on the Shadyside 25.
Still with the first group offense in there, looks like, because Ethan Kroc is still the quarterback, and Gavin Leake, the running back, is to his right. Fake. Kroc rolls out to his right, makes the throw downfield, and that's to Aiden Bender.
And he dropped it.
Boy, that was a nice throw that time on the move by Kroc. And he did a nice job, throwing that on the move. Was able to get turned up enough to get those shoulders squared and put one right on the number, but Bender unable to hold on to the football, so brings up 2nd and 10 for the Redskins from the Tiger 25-yard line. Again,
but the litmus test is roll to your left and throw it.
That's
very
the
difficult
test for a right-hander.
Yeah.
So again, now we're seeing Dalton Agnott out there in the slot formation. New formation for him, or a good new position.
Ooh, that wasn't.
No.
Very, very slow developing.
Kroc with the throw out to Chaz Peffer out in the right flats. and Kroc really didn't put a whole lot on that throw, kind of lobbed it up. Peffer had to wait for the reception, and actually it was a loss on the play of about 5.
Boy, and if you're the receiver and you have to wait on it, that's not a good feeling.
No. Time goes very slowly as you're waiting for that ball to arrive.
You suppose they hear footsteps?
Oh, no.
I would. Among other things.
So the Redskins here, 3rd and 15 from the Tiger 29-yard line. Kroc back again to throw.
Pressure.
Little middle screen, and that goes to Egnott. Boy, he broke tackle, 2 tackles. He's like a runaway bull, and I think with his effort, and he's a big young man.
That's why they wanted him there. That makes him eligible as a receiver in that slot.
I tell you, they list him at 6'1", 240, and again, he's just a sophomore. And is that him that's down on the play right now?
Oh, I don't know. I can't see the number yet. I didn't bring binoculars, but I'm not going to get them out.
I tell you, while the trainers attend to the injured player on the field, we will send it back to the station, and we will be back shortly for the remainder of the second quarter action.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. And on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Got friends or family outside the area?
Call them.
Tell them they can listen to this game right now
Online
at yourradioplace.com.
KC 105.
Back at the Noble County Fairgrounds, and that was the young man on the reception, Dalton Egnott, who was down after the play, and started off, he was really struggling to move, but the more he went, it seemed like maybe a knee or ankle, whatever he seemed to hurt, seemed to loosen up a little bit. So we hope the best for that young man. Regardless, that was a great play made by him and picked up enough for a first down. Again, a direct snap goes to Kroc. He goes up the middle. Nice gain there on first down. Close to another first down.
Yeah, they're going to give him at least 8 or 6. Now there's
trying to get everybody pulled
off. Yes. Number 2, Cole Micker gets up slowly,
and he comes up, and he's gimpy.
Yeah,
and he's been one of the top players here for the Tigers in the first half. He's pretty much done it all for Shadyside.
Yes.
So with that gain, you're going to give Crocky a gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4 from the 6-yard line.
Yep, here's a touchdown. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah. 4-yard touchdown run.
Nothing more than just basically a quarterback sweep to the left. He turned the corner. He was met right at the goal line, was able to stretch the ball out enough to get the touchdown.
Yeah. Well, if we had the pylon cam, we could get a good look at that one.
Maybe we said that too quick because
penalty.
Guess what? There was another penalty on the play.
A big one.
10-yarder. I'm guessing
Let's
it was
see.
a hold.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
It was a holding against the Redskins. That will take another touchdown off the board for Kroc, the second one that he's had against tonight. So now he's going to go to the right side, avoids a couple tacklers, gives a stiff arm, avoids,
and gets in.
The young man deserved that one.
Yeah. 18-yard line.
Nice run by the senior leader, Ethan Kroc.
Yes.
again, they ran the same play, John. They ran to the left side, that time to the right side. He made a couple real nice moves to avoid the first 2 tacklers, stiffed arm the third one, and after that it was all green grass between him and in the end zone.
Left a trail of dust.
Yeah, I see that. You don't think that's smoke from the cannon?
No.
Huh? Okay.
Well, it's drifting up this way.
This way. Chaz Pepper for the extra point attempt.
Wow, good.
And he is dead center again. So with 48.8 seconds to go here in the second quarter, the Redskins extend their lead to 42-0. We'll be right back after this.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Hey, I'm Mandy Woodruff-Santos. I'm a financial journalist, podcast producer, and most importantly, wife and mother. With my insanely busy schedule, I don't have time to feel sluggish. And feeling sluggish could actually be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. That's where Metamucil comes in. Metamucil psyllium fiber helps keep your digestive system moving. So pick up some Metamucil today and keep yourself moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Back here again at the fairgrounds, and John, I have to apologize. I'm supposed to announce with every first down that it's a Caldwell Lumber first down, and I know I haven't been right on spot with that tonight because, again, play-by-play is something new to me, so I'm learning as I go. So my apologies.
And there's your answer.
Family.
There's your answer right there. Another flag.
I can't believe it. Oh, it's.
Let's see. What are they going to call now? It was on the run back, and they're conferring.
The returner, Cole Micker, was able to bring the ball back to
Here it comes. Personal foul against the Redskins.
And if they're not, they are close to double digits with major penalties here tonight.
They have.
That's
11.
Well,
now that's major. They have 12.
Coach Rucker will be happy with that score. He will not be happy with that stat right there.
There is no reason for personal fouls.
Especially
an inadvertent face mask I can live with once in a while.
That'll happen.
That'll happen, trying to but that's
piling on.
Yeah, that's
late here.
That's
no call for it.
Nope.
So the Tigers take over here, 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. And that's Ace Nelson, the ball carrier for Shadyside. Picks up about 2. 2nd and 8 for the Tigers from the 50-yard line. 25 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And again, the Redskins with the 42-0 lead.
Yeah, as the clock winds down, and I think Shadyside's going to let it run.
They are in according to the play clock, they do not have to run another play here in the first half.
And they aren't.
So it looks like we're going to go to the half with the homestanding Redskins on top of the Tigers, 42-0.
Welcome to the ABC Sports Halftime Show. I'm Dave Hilliard along with Brett Klein. Let's get right to it, Brett. It's week 8 of high school football, and we've got the big one going on our family of stations tonight.
Yes, right now, WBNV and YRPTV. I'm down there right now. Barnesville, 7-0. Monroe Central, 7-0. A big game going on right now. The Shamrocks have a very long regular season win streak going on. 33 games, Dave.
And that is the second longest one in the state of Ohio. And it's Rocks versus Knowles. I like abbreviating
It is fun. Yeah, it's always going to be good. So I'm there right now. We have a lot of games going on, 5 games going on right now on our family of AVC stations and yourradioplace.com, talking about Barnesville and Monroe Central. These 2 undefeated teams. Barnesville looking as strong as ever as they have the past handful of years.
Yes,
Monroe Central
so.
off to a strong start. However, let's talk about what happened last year between these 2 teams.
48-0 Shamrocks. So I think Monroe Central is undefeated, but they've got their hands full with Barnesville tonight. So I'm at West M. Maysville at West M. It's on Nash Icon, 98.5, 107.9. And the Tornadoes, they're really looking just to basically solidify their playoff position in Region 19. The Panthers, they're making that, it's a very short trip from Southtown over to the west side up on top of the hill. This is the 60th meeting, Brett, between these 2 schools on the football field. And I broadcast this game last year. It was at Southtown. Rashid Cisse touched the ball a total of 10 times during the game, and he had 5 touchdowns. So half the time he touched it, he ran or caught a pass for a touchdown. He actually threw a pass in that game as well. So
yeah, the current Buckeye, they're really helping the Tornadoes build on that record. They currently lead. Actually, Maysville holds an overall advantage.
Yes.
36, 22, and 1. So we're going to see if some tides shift because West End looking very strong. Maysville struggling a little bit. We'll talk about that here on the second part of our show.
Right.
But again, West End looking to.
And then also, Brett, we've got Shadyside at Caldwell tonight.
Yeah, Shadyside and Caldwell. So Shadyside 2-7. We had them earlier in the year when they played Shenandoah. It was kind of back and forth, and then Shadyside came away in a close one. But then we look at Caldwell. They kept their playoff hopes alive with a big win against Port Fry recently, and then they did make a quick trip. So they are 3-4 right now. Again, both teams, Shadyside not so much trying to fight for a playoff spot. Caldwell trying to keep their hopes alive to make it within their region. Now, the last time that these teams played, Dave, it was pretty,
2017.
Yeah,
so it's been a little bit
of time, and it was a 41-7 Shadyside win. That's a pretty decent sized win, but the times have changed. Both teams went through some stuff. Caldwell, as we've mentioned so many times this year, coming off of a very strong season, but going through their adjustment phase.
Yes, they
so
are.
We're going to see, how that game goes. The 12th meeting between these teams. That game on KC 105 and WireP TV.
Probably one of the most interesting games, I think, tonight is 4-3 Meadowbrook. They are traveling over to New Lex to take on the 6-1 New Lex Panthers. That's on WILE 97.7. And this could be a shootout between Justice Huey and Isaiah Stevens. Probably the top 2 quarterbacks in the small school division of the MVL. I think, over at Tri-Valley, Mr. Lyle probably has a little bit to say about who's the best quarterback in the conference overall, but still could be a really good football game in terms of offensive show. But let's keep this in mind. New Lex returned 3 interceptions for touchdowns last week against Maysville. I don't think I've ever broadcast a game where a team has 3 pick-sixes in a game, but New Lex pulled it off. So I think Meadowbrook they better find a way to handle Bentley Hansen too, because he is a handful. He's so fast. I mean, I just came away from last week just really impressed with Bentley Hansen and the whole New Lex team. They're a very good football team.
Meadowbrook, a team with Justice Huey, who really likes to air it out. So when you have a tough defense like New Lexington, you got to be careful because, there have been times, especially earlier in the season, we saw Justice Huey. He can turn the ball over.
Yes.
You don't want to hear that. And in New Lexington's case, you kind of have to play a pretty good defensive game to be able to win that.
And then our last game just on YRP tonight, Tri-Valley, our first look at them on AVC this year, down at Philo. And the Electrics, both teams, these are pretty much locked into the playoffs in their region, but Tri-Valley, they just keep rolling, and I think it's going to be a good test for them because Philo is a very physical team, and just as Tri-Valley is, and Philo's going to try to run the football on them, so it'll give Tri-Valley a nice test of their defense. And of course, Philo had won 4 games in a week in a row until last week when Sheridan took them down. So they are pretty much locked into the playoffs, but it's going to be a lower seed. So we'll see how Philo handles Tri-Valley tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Tri-Valley, one of the few undefeated teams that we have in the area. I think when we look at the run that they're trying to make at the playoffs, going into week 8 and everything going on this week, I mean, you want to look at, is your team basically ready to go for the playoffs.
Yes.
Because you have week 8, week 9. Once you hit week 10, I mean, that's tough because that's most teams around the area, that's your rivalry week. So it's going to be
senior nights, all those kinds.
Right, it's going to be a tough week regardless.
Right.
So you definitely take week 8 and week 9. Use that time to say, how playoff ready are we? And I think going up against the Electrics is a good test for them.
And the last thing, Brett, we have a winner in our top play of the first half of the season. I want you
Yes, we
handle
do.
the announcement for that
Holy cow, Dave. If I were to tell you that over 850 people voted on our top
That's
play
pretty
of this
good.
first half of the season, first of all, thank you to everyone who voted.
Yes, thank you
And
very much.
Let me tell you, there was it was a bit different than I expected, but right now, Shenandoah's Braxton Barnett, his touchdown pass to House, Barnett to the house.
To the house, so to speak.
House to the house.
Right.
He came away with well over 400 votes.
Right.
So he is going to come away as, our top player for the first half of the season. We will give them, we have a handful of fabulous gift cards picked out right in the Caldwell area. So you're not missing much.
Yeah.
It's all going to be in that area. We're going to work on getting that to him. So stay tuned for, the day that we get that to them.
Exactly.
But a big congratulations to Shenandoah and Braxton Barnett and House for, playing good, playing good football.
And being our winner of our top play of the first
Yeah,
half of
and
the season.
that touchdown, that was a week 1 play. So that is how we kind of started our year, was that long touchdown pass, and kind of showed off, how good Braxton Barnett was for the Shamrocks and is for the Shamrocks. And then, we don't have them on this week, but I believe they will be on next week. So we'll be able to see more of Braxton Barnett. But congratulations to those two.
And we're going to take a break right now, but when we come back, we'll talk more about what happened last week and also what's shaping up in the playoffs when we come back to the ABC Sports Halftime Show.
AVC Communications is your one-stop destination for all your marketing and communication needs. Whether you are a small business or a large corporation, our expert team specializes in creating customized solutions that drive results. From radio advertising and digital marketing to graphic design and event promotions, we've got the tools to make your brand stand out. Locally owned and operated, AVC Communications is dedicated to helping you connect with your audience and grow your business. Trust us to take your marketing to the next level.
Back to the ABC Sports Halftime Show, and some things happened last week that we'll recap quickly. As I said earlier, New Lex returned 3 interceptions for touchdowns in their game against Maysville. They beat them 49-24. Coshocton and Cambridge, Brett, both still they're winless on the 2024 season. Redskins, they fell to Meadowbrook 36-27. Cambridge lost to Union Local. That was 48-6. And tell us about Barnesville and Monroe Central.
Barnesville and Monroe Central, although they're kind of playing right now and they're in their game of halftime, which is why you're watching and listening to us. But Barnesville had a game against Caldwell. They kind of blew that one open, a 44 win against the Redskins.
Right.
And then this was actually kind of interesting to see. It was 41-0, and then Barnesville ran a play. Time was running out. You know what they do? They bring on the field goal unit to try a 41-yard field goal. And it was good. So that's positive to see for Barnesville, because you're testing out your leg for when you're going to have tougher competition.
Exactly.
And then Monroe Central,
might be important on down the road for them.
Yes, Monroe Central, they were in Sayersville. They made the trip to face on Shenandoah, and they took them down pretty easily, 34-0 in that game.
In some other MVL games, John Glenn, they struggled early, but they ended up beating Morgan 28-16. Tri-Valley just hammered Riverview. Riverview has only scored 1 touchdown in 7 weeks of football, 65-0 in that one. West Muskingum, they shut out Crooksville 34-0, and Sheridan, they won their 4th game in a row. They beat Philo 21-6. And then locally, Rosecrans, they raised their record to 4-3. They beat Fairfield Christian 17-7. Zanesville, they're still looking for win number 1 on the season, as well as they fell at home to Licking Valley 35-0. And next week, Brett, we've got a full schedule of games on AVC Sports.
Yes, we do. Week 9 of high school football. Crazy that it's gone this fast, and we are this close to playoffs. So let's talk about what's going on next week. You can find all these games on yourradioplace.com. And don't forget our game schedule, links to our live games, and even a place to listen to our games live at any time. You can find that all yourradioplace.com and so much more. Big website, a lot of fun stuff going on. Anyway, Shenandoah is going to make the trip to Barnesville. That'll be on WBNV and YRP-TV. Yep. We go ahead and move a little bit further to the west. We have John Glenn at Philo. That will be on WILE and YRP-TV. Then we have Meadowbrook at Maysville. That's going to be a pretty decent game, I believe so, in Southtown.
Yes.
That'll be on Nash Icon and YRP-TV. And then we have Toronto, the Red Knights.
The Red Knights. Okay.
They will go down and take on the Redskins down in Caldwell. That will be on KC 105 next week, Dave.
That's a very red game. And I'll mention some playoff implications of things going on right now. So as it stands, and a couple of websites I'll throw out there for you. Fantastic50.net. That is a math professor at Worcester. His name's Drew Pasteur. He does some really cool stuff, does all these playoff probabilities, and it's a great website. Check that one out. Another one, Four Seasons Football. They have comprehensive records for all teams in Appalachia. It covers 4 or 5 different states. It's a really great website, and if you're looking for historical records for any of the teams in the area, you can find it there. Great website, and that's where I get a lot of the stuff that I use. But a couple of the teams in our area, Philo, they're pretty much a lock right now, as I mentioned earlier. They're kind of projected as a number 14 seed. Tri-Valley, undefeated. They're looking to probably host 2 games, as is Barnesville. Now, one that I was thinking might be on the bubble, Caldwell. He has them projected as likely in the playoffs right now and as a number 12 seed. Of course, Monroe Central, a virtual lock, but he has them projected to win 9 games and only be a 10 seed. So they wouldn't even get to host a first-round game if you're a 10 seed because the top 8 seeds host. And I thought that was surprising, to say the least.
Tough when you only lose 1 game on the year and you're traveling in the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't get to host a playoff game. So anyway, that's going to wrap things up for us here on the ABC Sports Halftime Show. We'll get you back out to your game right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fairgrounds at Noble County, where at halftime the Caldwell Redskins hold a commanding 42-0 lead over the visiting Shadyside Tigers. And again, this is Mike Podlasiak on my maiden voyage as a play-by-play announcer. And thanks for bearing with us. And thank goodness I've got my right-hand man here, the veteran John Secrest, to pull me through this. So,
Not much to pull.
No, well,
you're doing fine.
The game has pretty much been fairly simple to do, except we've had a lot of delays because of a lot of laundry that's been thrown on the field.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I took my glasses off.
I know you got the stats on that, so I'm going to turn over to you whatever you've got.
20 penalties in that first half. 8 of them against Shadyside, 12 of them against the Redskins. And I think your thoughts about the Redskins, that of those 12, 11 of them are major penalties.
That's not good.
From personal fouls to holding to face mask. Like we said, we can kind of live with the face mask somewhat. But the rest of them, I think Coach Rucker and the staff have, got to address that.
They do, without a doubt, because
yes.
If they're in a good shape to get into the playoffs.
Oh yes,
yes. But if you're going to get in, you want to try to be as successful as possible. And when you start playing better teams, you can't beat yourself. You have to force that team to beat you and not put yourself in negative situations.
Yeah, and you look at 11 major penalties, you're well over 100 yards.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
in penalties there. And, of course, we're kind of, we're beating it. But, we're hoping to get into the playoffs. And, that's something that you don't want to go with, dragging that around your neck and hosting perhaps. But on the road, if you have to go on the road in the playoffs, everything becomes more hostile.
And a lot may depend on what we do or what the Redskins do next week against the visiting Toronto Red Knights, who will come in here with a 6-2 record. And they've got a nice football team and a good program up there. And if you want to beat those type of teams, you cannot have as many penalties as what the Redskins have had here in the first half.
And I think at the top of our broadcast here, I mentioned that the Redskins were averaging just over 6 penalties per game. And they've outdone themselves tonight.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Just looking at the statistics here, much obviously in favor of the Redskins, as they have just added. Ethan Kroc has 12 carries for 129 yards, and Leak has 6 carries for 77 yards. So there's that, and then Ethan Kroc is 5 of 10 throwing it for 53 yards. So everything well over 200 yards in total offense there in that first half, and of course leading 42-0. On the other hand, we look at Shadyside stats, and they have thrown it 20 times, and they have completed 6 out of 20, but they've only been for 15 yards. And the running game, for all practical purposes, is non-existent for Shadyside, as they have picked up 13 yards unofficially on the ground there, and only 9 carries.
Yeah, you've got to kind of feel for the sophomore quarterback for Shadyside.
Yeah.
Jaden Johnson, because he has had absolutely no time to throw the football back there. He looks like he throws a pretty nice ball when he has time, but he's been given very little time. And like you said, a non-existent running game. So everybody in the stadium knows that to be successful or to gain any yards, they have to throw it. And the Redskins defense knows that too.
Well, they're coming ears back and teeth out.
So it's but here's the situation, as most of you know, with the scores, it is 42-0. We will start the second half with a running clock,
and you got to say mercifully.
Yes.
This is the rule. That's not being derogatory
not at all
toward Shadyside, and I'm sure their fans feel that way a lot too, because they just are outmanned.
Well, back when they had some of their good teams, they had a running clock going against the opposing team.
Oh yeah,
a lot of times.
Yes.
So it's hard to be on the other side, but again, if you stick around in this business long enough, it's going to happen to you too.
Yeah, well,
that's something the OHSA employed, several years ago, and I think it was a good rule change to do this, because all you're going to have now is a potential for injuries, and that's on both sides, not just the team that's getting beat.
I agree. I agree. So. Now my youngest son over on the sideline, he argues. I'm going to use the word vehemently.
Okay.
He says it takes playing time away from your young kids.
Well, that's what you got JV games for.
Well, and you know as well as I do, those don't exist.
Well,
we've lost that.
That's true, because a lot of teams anymore don't have enough. I mean, the participation at all levels and in all sports is down tremendously, because kids nowadays, as you well know, have a lot more things they can do to occupy their time. When we were kids, which was before sliced bread, I mean, that's all we had to do. I mean, you didn't have computers. You didn't have cell phones.
No. We had to communicate. We had to talk to each other.
Communicate.
Hey, Mike, meet me at the ball field.
We made up games. I mean, we had a ball and doing something all the time.
2 foul balls and you're out.
Exactly.
But I'm going to make a statement.
Okay.
Here.
Uh-oh. I'm going to hold my hat.
The mothers are going to stop football one of these days.
I don't know so much in this community, but I know there are other
mothers are going to stop it. I bet
yeah.
you if you ask a mother over at Shenandoah, she'd vote to stop it tonight. And I honestly believe that it will happen. Not in my lifetime.
Well, I got a feeling that young man we're talking about, Braxton Barnett, is probably not playing tonight, because I noticed that River is leading Shenandoah 28-7 at the half, and that score would never be that way if Braxton was playing. So our hope goes out that young man recovers quickly, because he's a fine young man and a very, very good athlete. So now, as we were kind of flapping our jaws there a little bit, there was an opening kickoff for the second half, and that was returned there by number 2 of Shadyside. That's Cole Micker. who has been on a lot of plays for the Tigers tonight, and actually a really nice return
yes,
for the Tigers to give them probably their best field position of the night. They will start this drive from the Redskin 44-yard line.
And number 21 made the tackle for the Redskins, but I don't have him on my program.
I believe that is, I got him. He's just Cole McCowan.
Oh, okay.
A young
All
man
right.
just came out for football this week, John, from what I heard before the game.
Timeout, Shadyside already.
So that is one of the few situations that will stop the clock here in the second half.
Yeah.
It's timeouts and change of possessions.
Yes.
Other than that, the clock will continue to run as long as there is at least a 32-point deficit. Well, we got time here, just real quickly, a scoreboard update. Again, this is sponsored by Chandler Monuments. And two big games here locally at halftime. The St. Clairsville Red Devils were on top of the Union Local Jets 20-0. And over in Monroe County, the Barnesville Shamrocks, who I firmly believe is probably as good a football team as there is in the Eastern District.
No argument.
On top of an undefeated Monroe Central team, 22-0 at the half. And a big score in the IVC tonight. The Indian Valley team leads Ridgewood 28-7. Both of those teams also undefeated. So there's a quick pitch out to the left side.
Micker again on the carry there, and he's going to get about 3. So I forget where we're at. Shadyside has the ball, and the clock, now will begin to run after the timeout that Shadyside took there.
And John, real quick, just one other score maybe of interest. The two very good football teams, Newcomerstown, who I believe is still undefeated on the season, leads a very good Malvern team, 14-8 at the half in IVC action. That's number 20, Colton Wallace, the ball carrier for the Tigers over the right-hand side of the line with a decent pickup there.
Yeah, 2 positive running plays there for Shadyside.
Back-to-back plays garner them about 7 yards, so that brings up 3rd and 3 for the visiting Tigers, and that will be snapped from the Redskin 37-yard line.
I wish you'd make up your mind whether you're going to stand up or sit down.
Well, you don't have to. We're not playing follow the leader. You can do whatever.
I feel bad.
Okay, I just can't see over top this banner.
I know,
right here. So Young will make an excuse. But that ball carry that time for the Tigers, that was number 20. That was Colton Wallace again.
Yeah, and he lost yardage.
No gain. Actually, a loss of about 2. So the Tigers will snap it from the Redskin 39-yard line with a 4th down and 5. And the clock continues to run. We're down to 9 minutes and 12 seconds to go here. Third quarter, the Redskins with a commanding 42-0 lead.
Pretty much first string. And he does, and he's not going to get the first down.
It is
complete. Yeah, it is complete.
But Johnson had to get rid of so quickly because of the pressure that unable to come up the first down. And I think that's number 14, maybe Colt Cook out there on the reception. I'm sorry. No, that's number 25, Trenton Marlin on the reception. But the gain was only 4, and they needed 5.
Yes.
So the Redskins will take over from their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
So we'll see if the Redskin first-team offense plays this first series or not. I think they are.
I believe they are going to. A lot of times in these situations, coaches will want them to play one possession, one series, and then they'll go with the backups the rest of the game. So Ethan Kroc, the senior quarterback, who had a great first half, gets the shotgun snap, and he takes it around the left-hand side.
Picks up 15.
15, and he's still going, maybe actually about 25.
Yeah, I thought they had him out of bounds, but
he refused to go down, and the last 10 to 12 yards was all Ethan Kroc. So a 25-yard gain on first down for the senior Kroc, and that'll set up the Redskins 1st and 10 from the Shadyside 40-yard line. Kroc back in the shotgun snap. Again, it's a direct snap to him. He started off the right-hand side, cut it back to the left, and picked up
about eight or nine.
8 or 9 yards there that time. The Tigers look like, I think they are starting out with their first group too defensively.
Yeah.
I know they had their first group on offense.
Well, you can understand Shadyside going that way
Sure.
because, they're
playing a lot of young kids to begin with, John. They got a lot of freshmen in the lineup, so. And guess what? We have our first
there
penalty,
comes the first one.
and it's a major one.
Oh, boy.
Another holding call against the Redskins. But with the running clock, it continues to move.
Yeah, that doesn't stop the clock.
No, it doesn't.
Thankfully.
So the Redskins will go with twin receivers to the right, split in left. Gavin Leake lines up right to the right of Ethan Kroc. Again, another keeper by the quarterback right up the gut. And he is tough to bring down.
Picks up about 8 or 9 there.
And I think there are some Tigers that I think are tired of tackling Ethan Kroc. And this penalty is going to go against the Tigers. Just a 5-yard mark off. So that'll be enough to give the Redskins a first down. And with the running clock, John, we are already halfway through the second quarter.
Over halfway.
That's Leake with a run right up the gut. And I don't know if he was the
27 yards.
So just a direct snap to Crockett. He hands it off to
Gavin Leake.
And just there was nothing fancy about it. Just a run right up the gut. And I don't know that anybody even got a hand on him.
His helmet didn't change as he went right through everybody.
And we have to credit the offensive line for Caldwell tonight because they go unnoticed a lot of times. And, boy, they open up a huge hole that time. So again, the senior kicker, Chaz Peffer again for another extra point attempt. Snap back, Bender has it down, kick up.
Yes.
And it just from here, of course, we're looking at an angle, but it looked like it was just inside the left upright. But it is good. So the Redskins extend their lead to 49-0 with 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. We'll send it back to the station and we'll be back shortly.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Looking for an auction company with a legacy of excellence? For 59 years, the name Schaefer has been synonymous with sold in southeastern Ohio. At Ed and Ben Schaefer Auctioneers, we continue to lead the way, handling both live and online auctions across multiple asset classes. Whether it's real estate or personal property, our reach is global and our commitment to you is local. Contact a team member today and experience the heritage of success with Ed and Ben Schaefer Auctioneers.
Back here at the Fairgrounds for the Redskin kickoff, another one here tonight.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Mr. Peffer's leg is going to be a little sore when this game is over tonight. He reverses field. I tell you what, he's got a little seam out here, but I tell you, he's run down from behind.
By number 33, let's see, that's Gatus on the tackle.
So I think the Redskins will start seeing some of their backups.
Yeah, here comes 89 in. That's
Jax Jones.
Yeah. And
Gavin Leake stays. Of course, the other thing of that is the Redskins don't have a whole lot
No,
of
they don't have
substitutes. No, the numbers are down this year.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of depth.
They'll play some backups, but
now
it's probably almost impossible. Now we've got another one. I don't know
I
if they
didn't
called
see
a
that.
horse collar. It looked like I thought he had him by the back of the jersey, but it might have been a horse collar because it was another major mark-off against the Redskins. So the Tigers will start this drive from their own 39-yard line. Again, 3:58 to go in the third quarter. The Redskins on top, 49-0. Little inside handoff.
And that's Croc on the tackle after about, what, a yard gain there by...
That was number 22, Ace Nelson on a carry, and that might be Croc's last. He is being replaced here by number 34. That's Landon Croxton, who comes in for Ethan Croc, and also Gavin Leake exits the game. So the Redskins are starting to get some substitutes in here, and rightfully so, with a 49-0 lead. Johnson again back in the shotgun. He's looking to his right. Pressure comes from behind, and that pressure was applied by, let's get a number there. That's number 60.
60, that's Charles Gessel.
Charles Gessel.
Yeah,
he's been on several plays tonight. Again, number 68 comes in for the Redskins, and that is, well, they've got Dalton Egnott as number 68, but that's not Dalton Egnott.
No. Yeah, because he said he was going to have two numbers tonight.
And that's, I can see the size of that young man, and that is not, that is not Dalton Egnott. So pass from Johnson out here. That was complete.
Oh, look at there.
I think we've got I think we've got a face mask.
Yep.
That completion was out to Colt Cook. Again, another sophomore starter for the Tigers. And he had probably almost enough for a first down as it was.
Yeah, it was going to be close, but
it's definite now because they are going to call a face mask penalty. Again, the clock continues to move. We're down to 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Redskins, again, a commanding 49-0 lead over the Tigers from Shadyside.
Wow.
And that moves the ball all the way down to the Redskin 36-yard line, where the Tigers will set up 1st and 10. Johnson again back. We got twins right, twins left. That handoff goes to Colton Wallace. And Wallace has some room out to the right, just tripped up. But a nice pickup on first down. In fact, that's about
picked up about 15,
15, 16-yard pickup. So that will be a Caldwell Lumber first down for the Shadyside Tigers. And I know I've missed the Caldwell Lumber first down a couple times, but looking back, there's not really been a whole lot of first downs because the Redskins have scored on a couple defensive plays and 2 or 3 long runs.
Ouch.
So again, I think that's Colton Wallace on the
Well, you know, you're missing those, but you can say, oh, it's a Caldwell Lumber penalty.
Man, I tell you what, they definitely would.
That's not nice.
No. But they would have gotten their money's worth if I would have done that tonight.
Yes.
That would have been well spent money on advertisement, wouldn't it, John?
I'm sorry.
It's just it's been tough to watch.
It has,
It
yes,
has been tough
yes.
to watch.
We're doing our best.
And that's another run that time by Colton Wallace.
Wallace, yeah, he's going to pick up about he's going to be close to a first down.
And John, I just looked, that's another one of the many freshmen that the Tigers have playing here tonight. And that will be enough for a first down, but with the running clock, that brings an end to the third quarter. Again, the Redskins lead here at the Fairgrounds, 49-0. We'll send it back to the studio, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back for fourth quarter action.
that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Touchdown.
On the first play of the fourth quarter, the
10 yards.
Shadyside Tigers with running back Ace Nelson. Again, he's just a sophomore with a run around the left side, and he went in untouched for the first score tonight for the Shadyside Tigers.
Yes, and good to see him on the board.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
They have put up a gallant fight tonight. They've been outmanned.
Yeah.
They have been outmanned tonight.
Yeah, let's see who they're going to. They got to kick it. It looks like number
53, I think, in it. Anthony Forgax.
Okay.
I think that's how you pronounce it. If I
That's
mispronounce
close enough.
I apologize.
Good.
And he drills it through. So with that score and extra point, the deficit now is Caldwell's up 49-7. Again, we're pretty much just about a minute into the third quarter, but with the 42-point deficit, we still will have the running clock after this kick.
We'll see who comes out at quarterback for the Redskins.
May very well be the freshman. Or did you say that you happen to see him with
No. The
Mason Arnold, I think, is the freshman
yes,
quarterback.
that could very well be. I know the Redskins coaching staff do not want anything to happen to Ethan Kroc because that can throw him into, and I'm not bringing that up as a omen, but it's just, simply the numbers and the backups are just not really there for the Redskins this year. And
I will be shocked though if we see Ethan Kroc.
Oh no, we're not going to see him tonight. No, or the rest of the rest of this game. But he he is just a horse there, and they're going to have to shoot him next week.
Absolutely. I mean, they're going to. That's a fair catch. Good move back there by Chaz Pepper.
Yes.
And why? Again, you don't want to risk any injury right now. You don't want to see anything stupid happen to either side.
Right.
This last 10 minutes and 45 seconds, and the clock is moving after the kickoff. So it looks like that the Tigers don't have very many substitutes, but they are getting what they are able to muster for a second group on the field right now too, because there's a couple guys out there right now, John, aren't very big.
No,
in fact,
they are not.
We were here for the Caldwell Fort Fry junior high football game last night, and there were several guys playing in that game that were bigger than some of the young men that we see out on the field right now for both these teams.
Yeah, my grandson was playing safety, and if you threw a 5-foot pass, he couldn't touch it. Last night, that was.
Last night, yeah.
Let's see who is going to take the snap.
But we're down to 1 second, so we're going to have another penalty because that's going to be a delay of game penalty.
Yeah. Not timeout. They got a timeout.
Okay. And you know what? That happens an awful lot when you bring in a second unit.
Yes.
You have. It's not always because you don't spend time with those kids very much through the week. So you've got to make sure you've got somebody for every position. You got correct numbers on all those guys.
But, we talked about that. We hit on it. No reserve team, no reserve games. You know, you can't just turn and say, all right,
second group, go
second
in there
group,
now.
you know, that have played 2 or 3 games, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 quarters, and you know, and the coaches will tell you at many schools that hurts.
It does.
That hurts.
Maybe not this year, but
Yeah.
it's going to hurt your program down
yeah.
the road.
Yeah.
It'll hurt down the road. So we're trying to see who the number of the quarterback there, and I cannot really make it out right now.
I can't either, and we'll
soon find out here.
Here he comes, and that's number 10. That's
Brody
Chandler.
Yeah.
Up, he ran out of bounds.
And that's a young man that not necessarily that's his position quarterback, but he's a good enough athlete to go back there and be able to take snaps.
Yeah.
Because I think Isaac Cool, another young man that they were kind of counting on to maybe play some quarterback this year, he got hurt early in the season.
Aiden Miller knocked him out of bounds right in front of us down across the track here. So, okay, we'll go with Brody Chandler.
We'll go with Brody Chandler, quarterback. Running backs to either side of Chandler. We got twins out right, split in left. And that is number 44. That's Owen Hunt.
Yeah, and he picks up about, 13 yards.
And again, Hunt is a senior, but he is not a running back. He pretty much doesn't play any offense. Does start at linebacker for the Redskins. But again, when you have limited numbers.
Yeah.
But they have backups in at all positions now, without a doubt. Kind of a sloppy huddle. You can tell the second group.
Yeah.
They don't have the snap and poise that the first group does. But again, they get very little work at practice.
That's number 33. And he's gone.
He's off to the races.
Yeah.
That's Garner Gatos.
Yes. Yeah.
With, I'm sure, his first varsity
touchdown.
That's a big moment for that young man.
Yep. Yeah, he just went down the sideline untouched, the far sideline, against some of the Shadyside second team, but that's work that he needs to get.
Garner listed as a 155-pound freshman.
Yes.
So looking good on that play. All it was just a general student body rate sweep.
Yeah.
And nobody from Shadyside able to even get a hand on the young man.
The little safety back there wasn't about to tackle him.
He wanted no part of Garner.
Nope.
So they'll go for 2.
Yeah.
And that's Brody Chandler on the keep, and he is in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So that increases the Redskin margin to 57-7. Again, with 7:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll send it back to the studio and be back here shortly for the resumption and the finish of the fourth quarter.
This is Brian Chandler
and Hallie Morgenstern Blackstone
here from Chandler Funeral Home and Cremation Service. As our local youth from Caldwell and Shenandoah hit the field this season, we want to send a huge shout out and best of luck to each and every one of you.
Whether you're on the field, the court, or the track, we're rooting for your success.
Go Zeps and go Skins. Here's to a fantastic season ahead from all of us at Chandler Funeral Home. Thank you for letting us care for your community for over 2 decades.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
So Chaz Pepper lines up here to kick the ball off again. 7:04 to go with a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Shadyside with their backups on the kickoff return team. And that ball is finally going to be fielded. I believe that was number 8, Aiden Miller, another freshman for the Tigers, that had trouble coming up with it and then stepped out of bounds. Unfortunately for them, they are going to have to start this drive from their own 11-yard line.
Yes.
When it rains, it pours.
pours.
And just, you know, you can tell he's just a young man.
Yes.
That, not a very big young man.
Not very big. No, he isn't. No. And that there again, that's that discretion, better part of valor.
Yeah. With this deficit, why get waylaid on a kickoff?
Nope. Yeah, because everybody coming at him's coming downhill.
Yeah. So we've got
I could never figure that out. How can you go downhill on a football field?
Well, I've seen some football fields that have a downhill and an uphill.
Okay. I just kind of always, boy, they were just coming downhill. And okay.
I'm not going to mention any names. I think there's probably a couple of them that I'm thinking of that you're probably thinking the same ones. But you know what, John? We're just going to let it go at that.
Yep.
Just let it go.
Yep.
Let it go.
Another one of them discretions.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. If we want to keep our jobs, we probably ought to just, let it ride. So the Tigers, they've got a new quarterback in
Yes,
the
they
game
do.
now,
And let's
too.
see.
And again, they've got numbers that's kind of hard to make out. I believe that's number 4, Kelson West. Imagine that, another freshman.
Yep, and he is the quarterback. Yeah, 5'11", 160 pounds.
It's a good-sized young man
Yeah,
for a freshman.
yeah, for a freshman, yeah. It's nice to have a quarterback that's got some height to see over the on-rushing lineman.
And that has been one benefit for Ethan Kroc this year with the Redskins. He's grown. He's just about 6'2", 6'3", and about 205. So that's a nice size quarterback.
Yes.
Handoff goes inside. Cooper Singleton, the ball carrier.
He's a freshman, 5'4", 120.
Well, I'm looking down that roster, John. You're right. I see a lot more 9s.
Yes.
Freshmen than I see any other class for the Tigers.
Yes. Yes.
Hopefully for their program that those young men stick with the program, spend some time in the weight room, and grow up here in the next couple of years. Because that's a very proud program.
Yes, I was just going to say that that's Shadyside comes across as being a good school system and a good program down there.
Again, I believe that's Singleton with the ball.
Yeah, and
with the carry right up the middle, tackled by the whole front of the Caldwell Redskins.
Yeah.
Some of those young men are really enjoying their some of them probably first experience playing at the varsity level because the Wellsville game early in the year was a little out of hand, and they might have got some playing time there, but the games have been close enough. Some of these guys probably haven't gotten any varsity time. So we're down to 4:37 to go here, fourth quarter. The Redskins on top, 57-7. Singleton, the ball carrier, and all he had to gain was a yard for a first down, but I'm not sure he got it.
Not sure he got it. And the Redskins don't think he did. Let's see.
The officials they are going to call it Redskin ball. They're going to say
they took the.
I thought possibly the officials might slide it up just enough to give the young man a first down and keep the ball in the Tigers' hands. But
and they could have been forgiven for that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. But the Redskins now will take over. Again, with the clock running, we're down to 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Fourth quarter. The Redskins firmly in command.
Oh, boy. Yes.
And now we've got another quarterback.
Yeah, that's number 30.
That's Garner Gatus.
Yeah.
He just had the touchdown, and I believe
he got another one.
Got another one.
Got another one. Yeah.
So this will be a night that young man will not forget.
Yeah, his dad's coaching junior high football at Caldwell. Does a nice job down there.
Former head coach here for the Redskins.
Yes.
Right before Chance Rucker took over. So.
Uh-oh.
And there goes the cannon.
There goes the cannon. Yes, sir. Hope there wasn't any low-flying geese.
So again, the Redskins will not kick the extra point. They are going to go for 2.
That keeps the clock running, too.
Gatos, the quarterback, and he will take a knee.
Yeah.
So
good call.
Yes, it was.
Good call.
It was.
Good call. Yep.
And you know, for those at home that thought maybe, well, they should have done that on the last possession. Again, you got to keep in mind, these kids haven't played. You're playing all backups. They've had very little experience. They need to play a little bit. It's not like you ran a play where it was designed to score. It wasn't a pass.
And you can't say don't play hard.
Right. No, because that's when you get injured.
Yeah.
That's when kids get injured. So, but I got a feeling that will probably be the last time that the Redskins touch the ball on offense.
I have a feeling you're right.
Because again, with the running clock, we're down to 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Shadyside should have the ability to run this thing out.
My son coaches a special team, and it's hard to tell what he's liable to tell them.
Well, look what he's learned from his dad. I mean, come on.
This could be a whiff or.
The Tigers will be back in action next week. They'll travel to Bridgeport to take on the Bulldogs, and then, unfortunate for them, they have to finish the season against Monroe Central.
Oh, yeah.
So things don't get much easier for the Tigers.
No.
That kick is going to, oh my goodness. It looked like one of your wedge shots.
It did,
That took a left-hand turn. It looked like for sure it was going to roll out of bounds. The returner from Shadyside thought the same thing, and all of a sudden that thing kicked straight left and stayed in bounds.
I thought when it hit, it threw up white chalk over there, but it was just dust.
Evidently, it was dust.
It was dust.
With all the rain that we've had, I didn't believe that there would be any dust around.
Yeah, well, you know, watching the game, if you're watching at home on the streaming, you've seen the dust fly out here tonight. And if we don't get any rain between now and next Friday, you'll see more dust fly.
And I don't know that any's forecast, so. Actually, the field looks in pretty good shape.
It is, yes,
for the weather conditions that we've had. Again, I believe that's Singleton on the carry for the Tigers.
And these, I think if you look across the field, the one Shadyside bus has started.
Of course, I'm sure that they'll go back to the school, but again, what's going to be nice next year, John, is they will have a field house. A new facility. And if you haven't been by there and get a chance, they are making strides quickly on that facility.
Yeah, they're going to get it ready. It's going to be ready. Unfortunately, not much for this year, but it's going to be ready.
I'd say there's a good chance that the track could possibly be
ready maybe for spring.
If they continue to get good weather here this fall, and can work on it 2 or 3 more weeks, there's a good chance that they could run track on that this spring. And of course, the wrestling team and I believe the baseball and softball team will have facilities in the upper level where they will be able to practice this winter.
Yes.
And that's what a great addition. Excited for our kids here at Caldwell. So this is probably going to be the last snap for the Tigers. Again, that's Singleton with the hand up the middle. No gain.
And I don't think the officials would dare throw a flag.
Not if they want to get out of here alive. So the game has officially come to an end. The Caldwell Redskins even their record at 4-4 tonight with a 63-7 win over the visiting Tigers from Shadyside. We're going to send it back to the studio for a couple minutes, give you a chance to do some final stat tabulations, and we'll be back for a wrap-up right after this.
This is Ken Perkins. Robin and I and the staff at McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home want to wish Noble County athletes from Shenandoah and Caldwell High Schools an exciting fall sports season. We also want to wish all students a successful school year on and off the field. In our tight-knit community, our kids are our future, and we are honored to watch them succeed. McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home invites you to visit us at www.mcveigh-perkins.com or on Facebook.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams. Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Sue Snowd's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and they consider that a very good sign. See State Farm agent Sue Snowd at 400 East Street, Caldwell. Sue Snowd State Farm is a proud supporter of high school sports.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
Back here one last time tonight from the Noble County Fairgrounds, where the Redskins have defeated the Tigers from Shadyside by a score of 63-7. And before I turn it back to John for some final stats, I've got a couple housekeeping chores to take care of. First of all, one last time, I'd like to thank our sponsors tonight.
Yes.
Real quickly, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, State Farm and Allen Hunter, Chandler Funeral Home, Ben Schaefer Realty, Bicon Services, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford, People's Bank, State Farm and Sue Snowd, McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home, and Farmers and Merchants Bank. And one other thing we need to take care of real quickly, and I'm going to turn it over to John. We have the +1 player of the game tonight who will receive a free pizza from +1.
We do, yes, and we're going down in the trenches tonight.
We are going to the trenches.
Yes, and we're going to give it tonight to Charles Gessel, who was all over the Shadyside running backs and quarterback.
It's difficult in a game like this to kind of pick out one guy because we had there was a lot of young men for the Redskins had career nights tonight pretty much.
Yeah, look at, Gators comes in and rips off 2 long runs as a freshman for touchdowns.
2 carries for 2 touchdowns, but Charles Gessel was, we seem to call his name an awful lot defensively, so I think that was a good choice. And he will receive a pizza from +1. So, John, final stats here tonight?
Oh boy, not much. I didn't do a whole lot when the running clock took over and the other units came on, but here's the one: 14 carries for 146 yards for Ethan Kroc, and he sets the pace. And if you're scouting, you got to go back to whoever you're scouting for and say you have to stop Ethan Kroc, either running or throwing. As he ended up 5 of 10 throwing the ball, and but his forte is running.
He's a horse.
He's a horse, yeah. And Gavin Leake ended up with 97 yards unofficially, and
nice
if
night
he
for the junior, yeah,
if he can keep offsetting Ethan Kroc, that gives the opposing defense more problems. So I guess what we're trying to say is that the Redskins really aren't one-dimensional right there, and that's the big thing. So those were the big stats for the Shadyside Tigers. Not much. They threw it 22 times. They ended up 6 of 22, and they only had, as I added it up, they only had 53 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
So
they had a couple opportunities early. Caldwell had a muffed punt that gave them real good field position. The defense made a stand and shut them down. And boy, pretty much after that, it was all Redskins.
Yeah, it was. The first 4 or 5 minutes, we thought, boy, Shadyside's out there. They're going to give account of themselves. And then, boy, then come 2 pick sixes. And, the roof starts to cave in.
All over,
So that's all I'm going to give you.
Okay, that's good enough. Before we wrap it up again, I would like to thank Bryce Haynes and Andrew Dunlap tonight for their assistance with the camera work.
Boy, they do it all, don't they?
They do.
They do it all.
The best part about it, John, they will tear everything down, and we don't have to do anything.
Bless them.
It's over. So
bless them.
And we need to kind of speed things
Yeah,
up because tonight is the black light show for the Caldwell Band, and they were going to turn the lights out. So we want to allow these guys to get this stuff gathered up and get it out of here. So, and my thanks again to you.
Hey,
tonight.
let's do this again.
I've enjoyed this.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
It's been a good night. So
yes, I enjoy doing it with you.
So
at least we agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree, yeah. And we made it through, and
we
nobody got hurt.
You did a good job.
Well, I appreciate that. So
yes.
Once again,
fun
from myself, Mike Podlasiak, and all my crew right here tonight. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the live stream, and hope to see you out here next week as the Redskins will return to action against the Toronto Red Knights in a big, crucial game that has a lot of playoff points in line. So
it does.
Once again, from the fairgrounds, have a good rest of your evening.
You've been listening to High School Football, a presentation of AVC Sports and WWKC Caldwell, Cambridge's KC 105.